Welcome into beautiful Mitchell Stadium in Bluefield, West Virginia, where we have an NAIA matchup within the Mid-South Conference. It is the Faulkner Eagles, who have a 3-0 record, and they'll be taking on the 1-3 Bluefield Rams. Hello, my name is Andy Losi, and welcome into this live stream here from Bluefield University YouTube channel. It's going to be a wonderful Saturday night of football, and we're so excited to get this conference slate underway between the Faulkner Eagles and the Bluefield Rams. When we look into these two sides, they have different stories coming in tonight's matchup. For this Eagles side, it has been an undefeated run so far, a 3-0 slate to begin the season, but they make their road trip out to West Virginia in what should be a very highly scoring offense against this Bluefield Rams side, who have really struggled at trying to get the results moving in their way. But the one thing they've been able to do so well on the year has been able to use their offense in their advantage at times. And as the Bluefield Rams run on out here to Mitchell Stadium, we are getting ready to the closing seconds before we have football underway here in Bluefield, West Virginia, as the captains will now come on down and meet on the logo there at midfield. Eagles, they come from all the way from Alabama in this matchup as we look into the series history between the Faulkner Eagles and the Bluefield Rams. It has been 5-0 in the Eagles' direction. These two teams have met a few times since that time when Bluefield University went back into the football program. But for the Rams, it has been a difficult run against the Eagles as they've dropped all 5 contests. In Bluefield, it's 0-2. Meanwhile, down in Montgomery, Alabama, it has been 0-3 as well. But right now, Bluefield, they were able to only get one win this season against Emory and Henry down in Emory, Virginia, 46-45 victory. But for the first time this season, the Rams look to get a victory here at Mitchell Stadium. So the coin toss has been underway. They are pointing to Bluefield, and Bluefield will defer towards the second half. So the Eagles will start off with the offense, and they look like they will be heading to the left side here on our broadcast. So well, it looks like we're going to get the Faulkner Eagles offense out on the field first, and we're going to see this Bluefield Rams defense be tested on this first possession of the game. Fans filing on in here in Bluefield, West Virginia, as the captains now go back for the Eagles. They will run out in unison to their sideline. As you can tell with the uniforms today, the Bluefield Rams, they're going to be going with the blue helmets. Meanwhile, they have the red jersey and the red pants. They have the white lettering in the front and the white numbering on in the back. Meanwhile, here come the undefeated Faulkner Eagles. They are 3-0 on the season, and they come on out with the white jersey with the blue lettering and numbering on the front and the back. They are also rocking with a blue helmet as they will be going on with their blue shorts. And as you can tell, some fans coming from Montgomery, Alabama, as we're getting ready for this NAIA duel in Bluefield, West Virginia. So we've mentioned how this is the beginning of the conference schedule. Well, it is. When you look into the Mid-South Conference, this is an all-Appalachian Division matchup, and so far this season we have not seen any inter-conference matchups within the Appalachian Division. But the way you can look at how you begin conference season is it's a brand new start on the season. You have the opportunity of taking on teams amongst your division, and they can work out to possibly being even better. And if you can get the results going your way, you can work on top of your division standings. And so now we are going to get underway here in Bluefield, West Virginia. Pregame has come to a close, and now we are going to see the Bluefield offense kick this one away on the special teams. So lined up to kick, it will be Riley Stubbs as he will boot this one away to the near sideline. It will be picked on up by Faulkner, and is going to be run to the far right side. He's got blockers on his way, and he's got open field. Stubbs gets a little bit of him as he's now down to the 30, to the 20, and he will be wrapped up at the 11-yard line of Bluefield. The man on the return for the Faulkner Eagles, it is Malik Meadows. who brings it from his own 10-yard line all the way over to the Bluefield 10-yard line, and that will set up 1st and 10 for the Eagles. So you saw the home crowd getting into it, but the Eagles make a really good first impression out here in Mitchell Stadium. And now coming on up onto the field, we'll get our first look at Cade Young of the Eagles. This season, he has made 3 appearances, 9 touchdowns thrown, only 1 interception. He's in the shotgun, 2 to his right and his left. He will hand this one off to Isaiah Scott, who runs out to the right side, and he goes on in for the touchdown.
Number 10, Scott.
A flag does
Eagles.
come on in
On
from
play.
our main referee in the backfield, and we'll hear what the call is.
Holding. Offense. Number 73. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So a big break there for Bluefield. That will move the Faulkner Eagles 10 yards back to the 21-yard line, and he's looking to Cade Young. We've mentioned his touchdown-interception ratio of being 9-1. He has got around 257 passing yards through the air this season for the Faulkner Eagles. So a very similar formation we're going to see from the Eagles here on 1st and 20. He'll be in the shotgun, 1 to his right and to his left. Takes a snap, looks to the right side. He'll dish this one on down to Scott. He will work up the far sideline and move back to almost that original line of scrimmage at the 11-yard line. And so that will now bring up 2nd down. As we look across this Eagles offense, we've already seen Isaiah Scott getting heavily involved. Watch out for Charles Blackman, the running back of the Eagles. They have 4 starting wide receivers on their roster. 2 to Young's left as he takes a snap and shotgun, rolls out to the left, looking to find his receiver, puts in the back of the end zone, goes up with one hand, is the receiver of Browder. He is unable to come down with the catch, and 3rd down and 10 coming on up now for the Eagles.
3rd down.
So after the Eagles looked like they were able to get on in with the touchdown on 1st and goal, they were unable to get in the end zone with the holding penalty, and will now move on back. But now it's going to be Bluefield's opportunity to make a big defensive stop. 3 wide receivers in the set for Young, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. He's got a running back to the left side of him in the backfield. Snap taken, they will hang it off to the running back, and he will cut on through to about the 7-yard line. The running back on the play was Charles Blackman Jr., and he will be stopped around that 8-yard line, and now 4th down coming on up for the Eagles, but they have not sent out the special teams unit until they do so right now. So a little bit of conversation between Cade Young in his sideline, but instead it is going to be the field goal unit coming on up now for the Faulkner Eagles. The man kicking this field goal for the Eagles looks to be Alvin Rentira.
Eagles, number 20.
He has had a rough year when it comes to field goals, 1 of 5 on the season, but this one will be about a 33-yarders. Kicks this one away. That one will split through the uprights, and it is good. So Faulkner gets a big kickoff return to the Bluefield 10-yard line. They're unable to punch it in for 7 points, but they will settle with the field goal. And for the Bluefield defense, they got to walk off that field being a little happy about themselves. Obviously, almost a brutal way to start off the day after Malik Meadows was able to take it 80 yards. But they are now going to have a look at the offensive side. If you guys are just tuning on in, it's a 3-0 lead for the Faulkner Eagles on top of the Bluefield Rams. You have 13:09 remaining in this first quarter. Thank you for tuning on in. It's been a wild start in this game so far. The Eagles had an 80-yard return onto the Bluefield 10-yard line, and they were almost in the end zone until a holding call moved the Eagles back out of the red zone. They were unable to punch it in for a touchdown, and they will settle for that field goal. And now we will see one of the best offenses in the NAIA come on up with the Bluefield Rams. As we switch things over, it looks like Tanner Griffin will be kicking away now here for the Faulkner Eagles. He will be in number 18 And it kicks this one away. This one will go deep to the far right side. It is recovered by Bluefield, and he will return it up the middle, out to the left side. He's got open field ahead of him, but he is wrapped on up as he will go down around their own 31-yard line. The man on the return there for the Bluefield Rams was Stephen McCall, as he will bring that one out to the ruin of the 31-yard line. So stepping on in now for quarterback for the Bluefield Rams, it will be Josh Nelson. 8 touchdowns on the year, 3 interceptions, and we will get his first look of the drive today. 4 wide receivers, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Takes a snap, will give it off to the running back in the backfield, and he will go for about 1 yard until he's clobbered up by the Faulkner Eagles defense. 2nd and 9 coming on up for Bluefield. So this season for the Bluefield Rams, they ranked as some of the best in all of the NAIA. They have our first in passing yards with 1530, as Nelson will throw this one over to the left side. The catch is made by the Rams. It appears that the man who caught that football was going to be about Strickland. So that will bring up now 3rd and 2. It's going to be a manageable first down to pick up here for Bluefield. Can they continue this drive? Takes a snap in shotgun, looks to the left side, and it is going to be incomplete, almost intercepted there from the Eagles secondary, but unable to go into the arms of Aaron Reynolds. And now 4th down and 2 coming on up. So the Rams having a little bit of a discussion about what team to send on out there. They will remove the offense from the field and bring out the punting unit. And for the Eagles, they were able to get those 3 points to start off the game, but they force a 3 and out on the defensive side, and we will see the Bluefield punter come on down. Tanner Griffin is the man who stands around his own 24-yard line, who will punt this one away for Bluefield. Snap is made and the kick is off. We'll go down towards the left side of the field. Moving on back is the Faulkner Eagles receiver. He'll make the catch. It is Scott who is returning up the right side of the field, and he will take himself out of bounds at around the 27-yard line for the Eagles. Take this time to say for the Black Tie Charters, since 1989, Black Tie Charters goes the extra mile to provide its clients with exponential service. The Rams ride with Black Tie Charters. 12:05 remaining in this first quarter out in Bluefield, West Virginia. The Eagles currently lead the Rams to a score of 3-0, and their second drive of the night will start off in their own 28-yard line. So Cade Young is in shotgun, 4 wide receivers set, 1 in motion to the left side. It's a handoff now to Blackman, who powers his way forward to the 37-yard line. That will be a 9-yard pickup for the running back of the Eagles. 2nd and 1 now coming on up. Well, it appears he landed around that 37-yard line. He will be marked at the 36. So 3 receivers to Young's left, 1 to his right as he is in shotgun. Young takes a snap, drops back in the pocket, looks down to the middle of the field, airing one out deep, and it will be broken up on the play around the 25-yard line. It is Finnessy who makes disrupts that play, as Jalen Browder was the man who was trying to be the deep ball threat. And so the Eagles go big on 2nd and short. Now they have 3rd and 2 coming on up. They got to get to the 38-yard line. They currently resort at the 36. So only 3 wide receivers on this play for the Eagles. Young is in shotgun, 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Takes a snap, hands it off to Blackman. He's going to be met up around the line of scrimmage, and he'll be denied forward progress. The Rams are able to stop it, making it, I believe, about a 4th and 1. We saw the Eagles think about going on 4th and goal earlier on in this quarter, but now it looks as if the offense will have another conversation with their sideline, and the punting team will come on for the Eagles. A huge stop there from the Rams. We're able to break up a deep ball threat to Browder and was able to start Blackman from getting anywhere close to that 38-yard line. So the first time today we will see the Faulkner punter of Caden Davis, who stands around his own 23-yard line. The snap is on the way, and the kick is up, and it will go about to the own 26-yard line, where the kick returner on the play for the Bluefield Rams, Tyler Sedlock, will call fair catch. 10:34 remaining in this first quarter. The Faulkner Eagles are up 3-0 on the Bluefield Rams out here in Mitchell Stadium. As we move on into Mid-South Conference play, we're going to get our second look on the night with Josh Nelson. He is in shotgun with two receivers to his left, two to his right. Takes a snap, looks over to his right side, and it is incomplete as a defender of the Faulkner Eagles in number 7, Chris Thompson, came in strong and broke up the play, bringing up 2nd and 10. The intended receiver on that play was Matt Trevelyan. 2nd and 10 now for Bluefield. 3 wide receivers to Young's right. He will fire this one off a screen to Strickland. He's got blockers up the right side and makes a spin move at the 30. Has the first down and more down to the 48-yard line. Antonio Strickland has been the all-star for the Bluefield Rams in 2021, and he picks up the first down of the night for the Rams, and they are now on the doorstep of opponent's territory. Sticking with the 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left of Holston. Nelson calling for the audible, now looks over to the right side where he only sees 1 wide receiver. Takes a snap in shotgun, looks to the left, fires it away. It is caught for the first down for the Rams. It is Trevelyan again. He tried to go him earlier on in the drive, was unable to do so, but is able to pick up the first down in back-to-back plays where the Bluefield Rams moves the ball in the forward direction. They now are at the 41-yard line, and they're keeping this fast tempo at a screen play to Strickland, and this one's going to beat off the defender, and he's trying to get that extra yardage, and yet another first down for Bluefield. The receiver on the play, and Strickland, that is 2 first downs he has picked up in this drive for Bluefield, who are looking to get their first points of the game.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So a penalty did come in the backfield, and it was a legal shift on the offense. So take away that first down, move the Rams 5 yards back to the Eagles' 46-yard line, and a 1st and 15 coming on up. So a little bit of stoppage in the flow that Bluefield has had. It would have been 3 straight first down conversions. Nelson's in shotgun, 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1, 2 to the right. Fires on the Strickland, nice one-hand snag, tries to juke out the defender, and he gets close to that original line of scrimmage. It's a 4-yard pickup for Antonio Strickland.
Tackled by a host of Eagles. It'll be 2nd down.
And 2nd down and 11 coming on up. So the Rams have been working with this high-tempo offense, slow it down for a bit now. They're going to have the same 4 wide receivers out there. They usually go 2 to the left, 2 to the right in today's game. He's got the running back with him in the backfield of Johnson. Haven't really seen him get involved much today. Strickland now in motion for Bluefield. Snap is taken by Nelson, steps back, fires away, and it hits the referee, and it will be an incomplete play.
Number 10, Nelson's pass intended
Well,
for number
fortunately
19,
for
Antonio
Josh
Strickland.
Nelson, he was able to get that ball away in time because the Eagles' defense was collapsing on the quarterback in the pocket. And now 3rd and 11 stepping on up now for Bluefield. Got a little bit ways of go to that 31-yard line, which will be enough to move the chains. It's been the best drive of the night so far for Bluefield. And they now have 3rd and 11. 3 receivers to Nelson's right, who's in shotgun. Takes a snap, drops back in the pocket. Will air one out deep, around to the 5-yard line, and it is ruled as incomplete. The intended target on the play was Jaquan Ebron. He is unable to come on down with the catch. And now 4th down and 11 coming on up, and this one might just be too far out of range for the kicker and Tanner Griffin, as the punt unit will step on up now. So 2 first drives by the Bluefield offense in that drive, but an unfortunate penalty brought them back to that 1st and 15, and were unable to get this, move the chains once again. So Griffin stands at his own 43-yard line. He will take the snap, will punt this one away. It's a good punt indeed as it lands at the 5, but rolls into the end zone, and that will be a touchback.
Touchback, it'll be first down, Eagles.
So the last time we got to see the Eagles offense out on the field, they weren't able to move it in the direction that they wanted to, as they were stopped on what was a big 3rd and 1 on that play. So we're going to see if the Rams defense is able to bring out the same unit here. 8:25 remaining in the first quarter. The visiting Eagles currently have a 3-0 lead on top of the Rams. We will see Cade Young run out once again here for Faulkner. We've seen now so far in today's game Nelson and Young being able to air them out deep on both sides. Young is in that shotgun again, sends a receiver in motion, will fake the handoff and keep it himself, runs up to about the 29-yard line, apologies, 24-yard line, and that will be a 4-yard pickup with his feet in Young. We've seen so far this season, Cade Young averaging about 36 rush yards a game for this Faulkner offense. First time today we've really seen him keep it himself and try to power his way through the Rams' interior defense, as now 2nd and 6 is coming on up. Young staying in that shotgun position, which he loves operating from for this Faulkner team. They get the clap. Looks like 2 Bluefield defenders jump, but no penalty on the play. He will fake the handoff to Blackman and now feels the pressure and rolls out to the right. Fires away. It's caught downfield. Broken tackle now here for Scott as he turns up the far sideline and gets about to the 44-yard line. And a penalty comes on in late on the play.
Tackled by number 35, Corbett.
It was Isaiah Scott who was able to get the first down, make a good move, and work it up towards that far sideline. The way he was tackled, this might bring up a defensive penalty.
First collar tackle. Defense, number 35. 15-yard penalty, added the run. First down.
So Tavarius Corbett is the one who commits the personal foul with the horse collar. And for the Eagles, not only were they able to pick up that first down and more, but the penalty adds 15 yards to that play. And now they're at the 41-yard line. So the Eagles moving back into Bluefield territory. And now, right, for the Eagles, they're talking to their sideline, slowing things down a little bit here. And we haven't really seen the Eagles move the ball so well today offensively. They were able to have that 1st and goal instance at the beginning of the game thanks to a good kickoff return. As Young fires this one away to Browder to the left side. He's able to work it into the near sideline, and I believe he steps out of bounds, and he will be marked around the 34-yard line. So a good pickup there. That will be about 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 3 coming up now for the Eagles. Young communicating with this offensive line. 3 wide receivers, 1 to the left, 2 to the right for Young. Claps his hands twice, and now will take the snap. He will hand it off to Blackman. He will cut the left side, guys, the first down and a little bit more, up to about the 29.5-yard line. Blackman indicating with the football, I got the first down. He surely does, and the chains will be moved. A few defensive substitutions coming in for Bluefield, but this Eagles offense working so fast in the no huddle. As Young is in shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the right here for the Eagles. Drops back to about the 44-yard line, looking deep, pocket collapsing, and he loses the football. It is going to be ruled as an incompletion. It appears on the play that Sam Jackson, the left guard for Faulkner, is able to jump on top of the football. So a sigh of relief there for the Eagles. But an incomplete pass will make it 2nd and 10, and the Eagles are able to avoid what was their maybe first big scare of the night. The Rams defense doing a good job collapsing in on that pocket with Young. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Sends a man in motion, will screen this one over to Scott down the right side, and he is hit hard at about the 27-yard line. He got a good move to move him out past the primary defender, but the second defender came on in and delivered the hits, as it's now 3rd and 8 coming on up against the Eagles. We're fastly approaching that field goal territory-ish area, but the Eagles obviously want to continue this drive. They're going to have to get to about that 19-yard line to move the chains. This formation now will be set up here on 3rd and 8. Will be 3 receivers to Young's left, 1 to his right. Has him in the backfield, Blackman. He will hand it off. A big hole there for Blackman as he will get around that 20-yard line. He will be short about the 22-yard line, but immediately as Blackman was able to break the hole, a flag came out.
Offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
It is Tyler Pritchett who is the one who commits the holding penalty. And instead of 3rd and 8, it is now 3rd and 19, 3rd and 18 for the Eagles, and they move all the way back to about the 37-yard line of the Rams. So 3 receivers to Young's left in shotgun. He's got 1 man to his right, but it's been a very favorable target in Isaiah Scott. Here comes the snap to Young. He drops on back, looking to the left side. He will step on up, fire the bullet on the way to Browder, and it goes through the hands of the receiver for an incomplete pass. So the Rams, who were almost on their heels on that drive after the Eagles were able to move the ball so well, are able to put it to an end, and now a punt team will come out for Faulkner. We pass around the 10-minute mark in tonight's game. We have 4:55 remaining in this first quarter. The Eagles lead the Rams to the score of 3-0. Set back to return now for the Bluefield Rams. It looks like it is Fanese who stands around his own 5-yard line, pulling the way, almost got to award the Rams. This one will jump back into the end zone for a touchback. So the Rams will be able to start off with the offense at around their own 20-yard line. Make your next event special with Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall Catering. The Bluefield Mercer Mall location delivers delicious options such as strips, nuggets, salads, and boxed meals. Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall. Eat more chicken. So we look back into this Rams' last offensive drive. They were able to move the ball well, got a few first downs, able to move into Eagles territory, but a penalty brought that drive back, and they had to settle to bring the punt team out on 4th down. We'll see if the Rams are able to try to grab maybe their first lead of the night as Nelson moves on back out into the shotgun position. 2 receivers to his left until Strickland moves a motion to his right, making 3 receivers on the right side. Nelson steps up, fires this one to Strickland around the 30-yard line. He'll be spun around and tackled around the 29-yard line, which will bring up 2nd and 1 now for the Rams. Well, Strickland has been a heavy target so far tonight for Bluefield, and he is statistically one of the best players in all of the NAIA. Comes in ranked 3rd in receptions, 8th in both yards passing, as they will go for the HB draw here on 2nd and 1. Enough for that first down as the man who was able to bring it across is Latavius Johnson. So we mentioned about Strickland's ability to get open and also be able to use his feet well. Watch him to be a heavy name tonight. 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Nelson takes a snap, fires this one over to the right side. The catch is made. Nice juke made by Ebron as he will pick up around that first down yardage. It appears it will be enough. And now 2 plays, 2 first downs for Bluefield. But now it appears that a Faulkner Eagle player is down on the field. The man who is down right now is Overton Gates, a cornerback for this Eagle side. He's appeared in every game so far this season, and it comes on the Bluefield sideline. So you have the Eagles training team coming from the far side on over as they're looking over to Gates. It looks like he's grabbing around that leg area as he is down. The ball is placed at the 43-yard line of the Bluefield territory. Rams working with possession. 3:52 remaining in this first quarter of play. Eagles on top of the Rams to the score of 3-0. The game was started off by a wonderful return from Malik Meadows of the Faulkner Eagles, bringing 80 yards to the 10-yard line of Bluefield, but the Eagles were unable to convert for a touchdown. They got the field goal which was able to open the scoring here at Mitchell Stadium tonight. But ever since then, it's been a few good drives from both sides. We've seen Bluefield be able to move the ball sometimes. We've seen Faulkner be able to move the ball sometime. But no points on the scoreboard so far added on here as we stay at a 3-0 scoreline. The good news here is Overton Gates is able to stand on up, hobbling as his shoe has been removed from the right foot. He is able to walk underneath his own power, but has a little bit of limp. We're hoping that it's nothing too serious there for the wonderful quarterback of Overton Gates. This season, he's been able to bring in 1 interception for the Eagles, 14 total tackles. 12 of them have been a solo effort. So the next man up will be Johnny Blackman of the Eagles to step on in. Has not played much this season for the Eagles, but will get a big opportunity to do so here in tonight's game. So the Rams will have this 1st and 10 now as Nelson will fire this one to Strickland to the left side. He'll be hit from behind at around the 48-yard line, moves up to the 49 at Bluefield. So a good little 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 for the Rams.
It'll be 2nd down.
So Nelson looking on over to the sideline. 4 wide receivers has been the go-to formation for this Bluefield lineup. 2 to the left, 2 to the right at all times. As you have the running back Johnson to the left side. Strickland in motion, moves from the left side to the right side. Nelson takes the snap, drops back, looking deep as his options. He will step up in the line of scrimmage and fire this one on in. Dangerous territory, and it is picked off. The man who brings down the football will be number 9, Antonio Gurley. A tough play there for Josh Nelson. He was trying to find that open receiver. He stepped up to the line of scrimmage, went into very dangerous territory and just tossed one up to about around that 30-yard line. And it was the middle linebacker of Antonio Gurley who came down with the interception. It is his first of the season for the Eagles. And now we'll see if the defense is able to give any momentum for this Eagles offense. 2 to the left, 1 to the right as he's now sent in motion as Young's in shotgun. Hands this one off to Blackman. Big hole to the right side. Fights off the defender and the ball is loose. Bluefield says they have it, and they do. 2 plays, 2 turnovers after Bluefield just handed it on over to the Eagles. It is Blackman who has it stripped and is recovered by the Rams. So if you disguise that, you might have been able to say in the long run it was a good pickup for the Rams offense as the defense is able to make a huge turnover. And what a game has been so far has been pretty safe plays. We've just seen our first 2 turnovers on the night. The good news is the Bluefield Rams have the possession of it right now. It will start at about the 32-yard line of the Faulkner territory. 4 receivers now, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Strickland is in motion from the left to the right. Nelson takes a snap, looks to the right side, airs one out deep. Does he have the receiver? He does not. It falls short for Trey Villan, and he is unable to make the catch. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Bluefield.
It'll bring up 2nd down.
So 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in this first quarter out at Mitchell Stadium. Right now the Eagles have a 3-0 lead on top of the Rams. Nelson is in shotgun. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Takes the snap, fires away. He's got the open man to Strickland. Makes a move at the 25. He's out in the open field at the 10. Dives forward to the 6. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Rams. Strickland has been absolutely phenomenal on this evening for Bluefield. And for the first time tonight, the Rams will have goal distance to go as they try to get into the end zone. A huge catch and run there from the star wide receiver. Rams still sticking with that 4 wide receiver set. Hand off to Johnson, will cut to his right side, goes about to the 5-yard line as they will rule that as no gain on the play.
Carry by number 34.
So we've seen a few times the Rams go through the air, not much through the ground. Johnson unable to really pick up much there on the play. So 2nd and goal now here for the Bluefield Rams. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Hurchis is in at quarterback, and he fires this one away, out of play.
Number 6, Hurchis is passed.
So Hurchis is now in at quarterback for this
Incomplete.
Bluefield Rams team. We saw Josh Nelson in that last drive, which ended in an interception for Bluefield. But that incomplete pass makes it now 3rd and goal. 2:04 remaining in this first quarter. The Rams trying to get their first points of the night. Hurstich now in shotgun, staying around his 10-yard line. Takes the snap. Looking, he's going to try to scramble this one out as the pressure comes. Airs one out to the right side. Jump ball. Does he have it? Yes, he does. Jaquan Ebron comes down with the touchdown. A big catch for Bluefield, as it is the touchdown that gives them a 6-3 lead. Ebron went up for the jump ball, and Hurstich had a lot of pressure coming at him. He's able to scramble out to the right side and find his receiver, making a 6-3 ball game as the kick goes up. It is good for the kicker in Tanner Griffin. So the Bluefield defense forces the turnover on the Faulkner offense. They're able to recover, and they're able to punch it on in with a great 3rd and goal play between Hurchich and Ebron, making it 7-3 here at Mitchell Stadium. 1:57 remaining in this first quarter out in Bluefield University. And for the Rams team, you knew that touchdown was coming up soon. The way they've been able to move the ball all day has been absolutely awesome. And now we're going to see how they're going to respond defensively, as this Eagles team, who has been leading the entire game, now is suffering a 7-3 scoreline. So Riley Stubbs will be the one to kick things off and away now. And the last time that we saw the kick team out for Bluefield, it was Malik Meadows who was able to return an excellent kickoff to about the 10-yard line. So Stubbs will kick this one away, gets a great boot on that one, and it's going to be Scott who's going to pick it up around the B in Bluefield and will eventually kneel on down for a touchback. So if you guys just tuned on in, Hurstich came in at quarterback for the Bluefield Rams and dialed up a jump ball to Ebron in the back of the end zone. And Ebron was able to fight off his defender and come down with the grab to make it a 7-3 score line for Bluefield. And so as we're here into the closing minutes of this first quarter, we're going to see the Eagles offense come back out once again, see if Cade Young and company have anything dialed on up. Young will take the snap. He will jet sweep this one over to Scott, who will get a good turn up to left side of the field and be taken down around the 31-yard line. 2nd and 4 now coming on up for the Eagles.
It'll be 2nd and about 4.
So the way the offenses have been moving tonight have been in a good mode for the Eagles and for the Rams, but it's the Rams who get the first touchdown in tonight's action. 2 receivers to the right now for Young, 1 to his left. Young will clap his hands, hand this one off, and he will fake it. Jump ball to Browder. He will come on down with the grab. What a catch made by the receiver of Jalen Browder. He's had the hot hand so far for this Faulkner Eagles offense. And he comes down with a big grab, huge gain on the play, and now the Eagles are into the Rams territory. It's a no-huddle offense now as Young will hand this one off to Blackman. Works up the middle of the field, out towards the right side. The ball comes loose again. Do the Rams have it? Yes, they do. It's been a tough first quarter for Charles Blackman, who has fumbled it twice here for the Eagles. Visibly frustrated as he is leaving the field, as some of the defenders who are coming on in the game are trying to calm down the running back. Obviously a great talent for this Eagles side, but it's been a very tough first quarter for the running back, who initially had a touchdown being brought back due to a holding call in the first quarter, and now 2 fumbles and back-to-back drives give Bluefield possession at their own 38-yard line. Snap is taken now here from Nelson, who comes back in the game. He will keep it himself and move on past the 40-yard line up to about the 42-yard line. So a 4-yard pickup there from Nelson. Apologies, it's still Herchich that is in on the play here for Bluefield. The man who dialed up a touchdown last time up stays in this game. So here comes the snap. Herchich will fire this one off to Ebron, the man who caught the touchdown. He'll be hit around the 40, and a late hit comes on in here on the 41-yard line. 2 Eagles defenders had him wrapped up, but they're unable to bring him down. The third man was able to do so. And now 3rd down and 6 is coming on up. 3rd down and 7 is the actual measurement as we are into 24 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Herchich is in shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. We'll see if they're going to run a playoff here. Very close between the play clock and the game clock as Herchich does take the snap. Looks down the middle of the field. Has a wide open man to Strickland. He comes down with it. 1 defender to beat, and he does so. Touchdown Bluefield. Antonio Strickland. Don't let that man get loose. He's got a touchdown for the Bluefield Rams. It's 13-3 as we come to a close in this first quarter of play. Well, that's a way to end off the first quarter. 2 touchdowns for the Rams. And now we will see if Tanner Griffin's able to put this one on through. The kick is up, and it goes through the uprights. It is good for the extra point, and it's now a 14-3 lead. The Bluefield Rams on back-to-back drives are able to find the end zone, and that brings it to the end of the first quarter. 14-3 lead for the Rams on top of the Eagles. If you guys have just tuned on in here to Bluefield University Athletics YouTube channel, it's been an absolute blast so far here in Mitchell Stadium. After an initial interception from Josh Nelson, was able to put the ball back into Faulkner's hands. The Rams defense has been able to create 2 turnovers on the last 2 drives the Eagles have had, and they've both given the offense of Bluefield that short field to work with. And now is coming on in at quarterback. Nathan Herchich has been able to just move down the field and has resulted in 2 touchdowns. So 14-3 game now as both teams will switch the ways that they're going out here at Mitchell Stadium.
Back deep for the Eagles, number 10, Scott.
So now coming on up to kick will be Riley Stubbs. And this will kind of have the same feel as the beginning of the game as we start off the second quarter here with the kickoff. And now Faulkner, who is down 14-3, will try their best to maybe bring this back in with a bit as they're down by 2 possessions. Kick is on the way. It is recovered in the end zone, but they're going to bring it on back. Isaiah Scott is the guy. He's going to break off a defender around the 25-yard line and roll on over to the 29-yard line, bringing up now 1st and 10 at the 29.
Picked up on the play by number 32.
So we're going to see now what's going to happen here with this Faulkner offense. The last 2 drives have ended in turnovers, and most importantly, it has been the running back of the Eagles and Charles Blackman Jr. But it looks as if he is coming back out here on this next drive. A very talented running back for this team, 77 rush yards per game. He's got 1 touchdown on the year. As now Cade Young coming back in the shotgun, 2 to his left and to his right. He will hand this one off to Scott in the backfield, works up the far sideline, heads over to the 34-yard line where he's hit out of play, bringing up now 2nd and about 4 for the Eagles.
2nd down.
Well, this Rams defense has been able to really contain the Eagles so far today. Coming into tonight's game, the Rams defense has allowed 50.8 points per game on the defensive side. First quarter, you couldn't have drawn up any better. Only 3 points allowed. Young takes a snap in shotgun. The Rams send 3, almost getting to Young as he rolls out the pocket. Now will take it himself, and he's hit by about 5 Rams at around that 1st down line. So it will be positive yardage for Cade Young, but it will not be enough for the Eagles quarterback. And now 3rd and 1 is lined up here in Mitchell Stadium. The fans that have come out here tonight to Mitchell Stadium know what this defense can do now. Let's see if they're able to make a big stop here on 3rd and short. Young takes a snap and shotgun, fires this one away to Browder to the far side. Makes a juke on in, able to get the first down. Now works up around the 50-yard line, and he will step out of play as flags come on in late. At the very end of that play, I saw a helmet roll out right where Browder stepped out of bounds. 2 flags went immediately up as exiting the field right now for this Faulkner side is in number 39, Garrett Orr. He walked off the field without a helmet.
Defense, number 54. 15-yard penalty out of the run. First down.
So Garrett Orr exited the field without a helmet on. And a penalty going against the Bluefield Rams, a 15-yard penalty. A tough blow there from the Rams defense, who had an opportunity of maybe making a 3-and-out on the Faulkner Eagles. Will now have to move it on up, and the Eagles will start with this 1st down and 10 at the 36-yard line of Bluefield. So Cade Young is in shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his right. Claps his hands and now gets a snap. Fakes the handoff to Blackman. Looking down the field. He's looking towards the receiver and Browder, and it is off the hands of the Bluefield defender. The man who almost came down with the interception.
Broken up on the play by number 8,
It was number 8 in Kadarius Finazee. So Faulkner, who has been having a little struggle moving the ball down the field tonight, try to air one out deep to the back of the end zone on 1st and 10, about 36 yards out. And it almost cost them their 3rd consecutive drive, ending with a turnover. 2nd and 10 now lined up here for the Eagles. 2 to the left of Young, 1 to his right. Takes his snap, jet sweep on the way, and Young keeps it himself. He's going to have an open room out to the 20. He's going to work towards that outside goal line. He puts his shoulder down, and he gets into the end zone for 6. So Cade Young using his feet very well to travel that 35 yards. At the very end, he went into the contact and carried the football over the goal line and scoring a touchdown. And for the first time today, the Eagles can celebrate crossing that goal line. It's now a 14-9 game. Extra point coming on up now here as Alvin Rentira is the man who looks to be kicking this extra point. Has already had a field goal on the night for the Eagles. See if he can make it a 14-10 game. Snap is on the way, kick is up, and it is good. With 13-13 remaining in this 2nd quarter of play out at Mitchell Stadium, it is the Rams at a score of 14-10 on top of the Eagles. Dutch's Dairy produces whole 2% chocolate milk and drinkable yogurt at their plant in the heart of rural Retreat, Virginia. Dutch's Dairy, Ram's choice for milk. We've now seen a couple drives end in successful touchdowns for the Bluefield Rams as they will now get ready to get things going here as they have a 14-10 lead on top of the Faulkner Eagles, which means if you look at the last 4 drives have ended with end zone touchdowns. And what we saw in the beginning of today's game was the defense making the good stop on both sides of the ball when you look at the Eagles and you look at the Rams. So now we're going to see if the Eagles are able to follow up that touchdown with a solid defensive effort while the Rams look to continue what has been an offensive surge in this first half. So the kick is going to be made there from Caden Hunter, or should I say Noah Moss, and it's going to be retrieved here from Ebron, who cuts it up the left side. He will step out of bounds at around the 33-yard line. He went a little bit more down the field, but the referee said that he stepped out. But a solid return there from Ebron, who already has a touchdown on tonight for Bluefield, has a solid return. And Bluefield will start off with pretty good field position in what's going to try to continue what has been 2 drives end with touchdowns, maybe 3rd in a row coming up here for Bluefield. Nathan Hurstich at quarterback once again here for the Rams. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left in shotgun. Takes the snap, will throw a screenplay on here to way to Trey Villan, and he is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard loss. We've been able to see the Rams worked that pretty well today on the screen plays, able to break out into the open field for possible big gains, but unable to do so on that play, and the Rams take 2 steps backwards as now it's 2nd and 12 for Bluefield. And now Hurstich looking off to his sideline with a little bit of a shoulder shrug, trying to get some good communication. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Hurstich going to step on up out of the pocket, tries to escape. He gets about to the 32, 35-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds around the 38-yard line. And for Hurstich, that's a good gain on the play. That'll be good enough for 8 yards. And now 3rd and 4 coming on up now for the Bluefield Rams. So the Rams have to get to the 43-yard line to pick up the first down, as 3rd and medium will come on up here for Hurstich. 2 receivers to Hurstich right, 1 to his left. He takes a snap, look down the middle of the field. It's Ebron with the grab at midfield for the first down.
Number 6, Hurstich's pass complete.
So we saw the Nelson-Strickland connection in that first quarter work very well. And now we're going to look at the Hurstich-Ebron connection. They find each other once again, and it's enough for the first down, a huge 3rd down conversion for the Rams. So 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Hurstich gets a snap and shotgun, fires it quickly to the right side to Antonio Strickland, who comes down with the grab. It will be good enough for 3 yards on the play. And now 2nd and 7 coming up, and it appears that another Eagles defender is down on the play. We saw Everton Gates go down earlier with an injury. And now looks like Shea Tyler is the man who is down right now for the Eagles.
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Day.
11 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. It is a 14-10 lead for the Bluefield Rams on top of the Faulkner Eagles. This Eagles team was ranked in the top 25, and after having the bye week, other teams below them in the rankings were able to get some big wins. Pushed the Eagles outside of the top 25. Did receive some votes, though. If you work past 25, this Eagles team is at 28 in the rankings. Hurstich takes a snap here on 2nd and 7, dropping deep back into his pocket, has to get rid of it, fires it down the right side of the field, and it will be ruled as an incomplete pass. So Hurstich felt that pocket collapse fairly quickly and tried to find some extra room to that right side, but was almost in danger of taking a huge loss on the play. So we'll go from 2nd and 7 to now 3rd and 7 here for the Rams, as they have to get to that 40-yard line. Right now the ball is marked at the 47. So Hurstich now will take the snap, drops back in the pocket, fires on the right side into traffic, and it is picked off by the Eagles. It was initially touched on up, but the man who comes down with the interception for the defense is going to be Alexander Dawson. So second interception thrown on the night by the Bluefield quarterbacks. Nelson had one on earlier in the game. Now Hurstich has his first interception of the night. And for the Eagles defense, after scoring their first touchdown of the night, are able to get the turnover that they need, and they will start with possession at their own 29-yard line. So we'll see if the Eagles are able to maybe kind of get something going here and try to regain this lead. 3 receivers to his right until number 4 comes in motion. Handoff here to Blackman. He's fumbled it a few times already tonight, but he's going to have a good carry for about 4 or 5 yards on the play, up to about that 34-yard line.
2nd and about 8, about 5.
14-10 is our score tonight out in Mitchell Stadium. We are about 4 minutes into the second quarter. Young will fire a screen pass on the way to Browder, who has room to work with up the far sideline. Cuts through the defenders and gets out to about the 48-yard line, and now moving into Rams territory. Well, we've seen the names so far tonight. Heavily involved wide receivers for the Eagles. It has been Browder. It has been Scott. Meanwhile, for the Rams, it's been more focused on Strickland and Ebron. So Young in shotgun once again. He's joined by 1 to his right, 1 to his left. 3 wide receivers on the play. Young will take the snap and shotgun, looks to the left side, fires it away, but it goes behind the receiver of Browder on the play. A little bit of a misconnection there between Young and Browder, brings up now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
We've seen so far, Bluefield was able to get a touchdown, force a turnover, score a touchdown. Now look at the Eagles' perspective. Scored a touchdown, got the turnover, and now they have possession of it again, and they've moved on into Rams territory. But still right now, Bluefield holding on to a slight 4-point lead with 10:31 remaining in the second quarter. 2 receivers in motion now for Faulkner. Snap is taken by Young in shotgun. Looks to the right side, has a man open down the middle of the field, and is bobbled and dropped. Tony Hall was the man who was the intended receiver on that play. It hit him in the chest, but as he turned upfield with his head, he was unable to bring the football along with him, and Hall was just 1 step faster than he wanted to be on that play. And now 3rd and 10 is coming on up. And so for the Eagles, they've gone through the air in their last 2 plays, have been unable to really move the football. Now they have to move it on 3rd and 10. Young's in shotgun, 3 to his right, spins out to his left. There's a Rams defender waiting for him and fired away, and it is incomplete. The intended target on the play was Ty Gray of the Faulkner Eagles. And as you see, the Bluefield defense are able to make the stop. Maybe a little bit of a miscue is coming from Faulkner, but Bluefield will take that. And now the punt team is coming on out here for the Eagles. Strickland is back to return this punt for Bluefield, while the punter of the Faulkner offense appears to be in Caden Davis. So snap on the way. Davis will get the punt away. Not going to be too deep, though. Strickland calls fair catch as he will make the catch around his own 9-yard line.
It'll be first down Rams.
And so now the Bluefield Rams offense moving back on out to the field. And they will stick with Herchich as the quarterback here for the Rams. They get this drive going. We saw the change of quarterback from Josh Nelson to Nathan Hurstich after Nelson's interception. But after we saw Nathan Hurstich throw one, we're going to see him get back out here as he's starting a little bit of a dangerous territory, about 9 yards out from his own end zone in a 14-10 ball game. So 4 receivers lined up here for the Bluefield Rams. Snap is taken. They are going to hand it off to the running back of Johnson, who gets a big pickup on the play, slaps the ground in frustration, knowing he had maybe had a little bit more in him. But this will be about a 7-yard pickup as they get to the 16-yard line. And then now another Faulkner Eagle defender is down on the play. Slow to get up is Shinkuni Lewis, who immediately goes back down on the play. It was a jumbled line of scrimmage on what was a Johnson 7-yard pickup. We're just north of 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter out at Mitchell Stadium. It's a 14-10 lead for Bluefield on top of Faulkner. This game tonight marks the beginning of the Mid-South Conference schedule slate for this Bluefield side. These are 2 teams that are within the same division. It's the Appalachian Division. And we're looking at some teams that are obviously going to be big factors this season. We see number 13 ranked Reinhardt, who has a 2-2 record on the season. Amongst the whole Mid-South Conference, of course, Lindsey Wilson out in Kentucky have been dominant so far, received 18 of the 19 first-place votes in the most recent NAIA Top 25 poll. They currently have a 3-0 record. And then you got Kaiser of Florida, number 6 in the nation with a 2-1 record. Georgetown College from Kentucky, who visited Bluefield last week, moved up 1 spot to 8 after initially being ranked at the number 9 spot. And so play is back in motion now as Bluefield will take the quick snap, quick screen play on the way to Ebron to the near side. He will get past the line of scrimmage, working on about to the 22-yard line. And Jaquan Ebron has another first down for the Bluefield Rams.
Black Tie Chargers Rams first down.
The Rams have been working well on those quick screen plays, get it to their fast receivers and make them do the work. And Ebron and Strickland have been those two guys tonight, and they've been phenomenal at doing each of them. Bluefield slowing it down a bit now here on 1st and 10 around their own 22-yard line. Screen play made on the Johnson, who was unable to make the catch. The pass on Herstich was quite low for the running back, and that will now bring up 2nd down and 10. It's a wonderful night here in Bluefield, West Virginia, working around 73 degrees Fahrenheit as we just flipped our calendars to October, first full weekend within the 10th month of the year. 4 receivers now here for Bluefield. Takes a snap, Herstich steps back up, will work up in the pocket, wrapped by a Faulkner defender, and then goes on down from the second effort. And Herstich is wrapped up for what is a 2-yard loss on the play. 3rd down and 12 coming up for Bluefield. Well, Herstich was scanning that deep ball presence and was trying to see if any one of his 4 receivers was going to be able to get open, but the Eagles defense was able to collapse on him in enough time. 3rd and 12 now here for Bluefield. They're taking the snap at the 20. They got to get to the 32. Takes it, looks, and fires this one away. It will be dropped by the Rams defender. Excuse me, I should say the Rams receiver and Thomas Lee. It was a slant route for Lee. He dropped around the 25-yard line, so he's going to need a little bit more of the yardage after catch. But with that drop, brings up 4th and 12, and now the Bluefield offense will exit the field, and the Bluefield punt team will step on.
To return for the Eagles, number 10, Scott.
So this Eagles offense, this Eagles defense, not able to get that 3 and out, but is able to hold the Rams within that around their own 20-yard line. And now we will see Tanner Griffin punt this one away. Big presence coming here from the Eagles, but Griffin able to get it away, and a solid punt on the way to Scott, who picks it around his own 25-yard line. Working on the far side of the field, wrapped on up, pushed back to the 23, trying to make some effort out of it, but a swarm of red jerseys will get him about the 21-yard line on the play. Perfect punt coverage there from the Bluefield Rams special team coverage. A flag did come in on the play. It is marked around the 39-yard line of the Faulkner offense. We will see what the flag is here.
Personal foul, blindside block on the receiving team, number 26. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, 1st down.
So that will be a huge break for the huge miscue there from the Eagles, I should say, as not only that Scott, the punt returner, initially returned around the 30 and worked back to around the 21, but you also had those 15 yards afterwards, and now the Eagles will be pinned pretty deep into their own territory to start off this drive. The placement of this football will not be great for Cade Young and the offense, as it looks to be around the 13 or 14-yard line within their own territory. 8:38 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Right now the Bluefield Rams have a 14-10 lead on top of the Faulkner Eagles. Young is in shotgun yet again. He will take the snap and will fake the handoff. Airs one out deep to Scott, and just through the reach of the receiver, it is incomplete. Scott was just a little bit behind the throw made there from Cade Young, and if that connection was able to be made, I believe Isaiah Scott was en route to the end zone and giving the Eagles a lead. So the Rams can take a deep sigh of relief there, as 2nd and 10 now coming on up. So 3 wide receivers now for the Bluefield offense, as he takes it in shotgun, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. Receiver comes in motion now, and Young will kick it himself. He will move forward to about the 19-yard line, where he is tackled on the play. 3rd and 3 coming on up now for Bluefield. A solid pickup on 2nd and 10 for the Eagles, but that will be short, and now the Eagles will have to try to figure out a play call here to make sure they don't go 3 and out. So Young working with that sideline, trying to communicate with them. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. Young able to finally get the play call that he wants, but it looks as if they're going to have to call a timeout, as the communication between both sides was just not crystal clear whatsoever. And that brought it to the point of which that play clock was running low to about 6 seconds remaining. And that was going to be now the first timeout on the night from the Faulkner Eagles. First timeout on either side tonight here in this first half. 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this first half play. Gigabeam Networks offers broadband internet speeds faster than outdated phone company DSL and comparable to cable with no data caps. Gigabeam Networks, going further with the Rams. If you guys are just tuning on in the Bluefield University Athletics Network website on YouTube, it is the Bluefield Rams that currently have a 14-10 lead on top of the Faulkner Eagles. A very talented Eagles team is coming in here to Mitchell Stadium in West Virginia, but the Rams were able to have a very well-organized end of that third quarter. 2 touchdowns in 2 drives is what's been the difference maker in tonight's game so far. The Rams enjoying what is a 14-10 lead on top of the Eagles, but the Eagles have possession of it now, and they have 3rd and 3 coming on up. They're at their own 19-yard line, and they have to get to the own 22-yard line to continue this drive. 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And now 3 wide receivers. Young is in shotgun. He will take the snap, rolls out to the right side, and it will be dropped by Scott. Scott was awaiting the catch, but the defender of the Bluefield Rams and Ryan Smith came up behind him, disrupted that connection, and Scott dropped the football. And now the punt team is coming on up now for Bluefield.
On the punt for the
So Faulkner will send out their punting unit after what has been a 3-and-out drive. The Rams able to make a good stop there on the Eagles. And for the Rams, this might play to their field position battle very well, as Strickland currently stands at his own 44-yard line. Here comes the punt. It's on the way. Pretty solid punt there from Davis, as Strickland will retrieve it. Goes down with the knee as he tried to juke back to the left side. Can't get up once you put a knee down here in the NAIA, and that was where the Bluefield Rams offense will begin, at their own 46-yard line. 7 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in this second quarter. As we're on that halfway mark of the second, let's see how both teams are able to move into halftime. For the Rams, they were able to use a big end of that first quarter. The Eagles have started off the second fairly well, but are unable to really get anything going in that drive. And now as Hurstich comes on up for the Bluefield offense, we'll see what he's able to lead them to do. Takes the snap low, and it's a screen play on the way to Strickland. It looks like it will be behind, and it will be recovered by Strickland at his own 32-yard line. So Strickland went back to recover the ball, thinking it was just a smart play to do because he didn't hear a whistle blown. But it looks as if the officiating crew is saying that's where the ball is marked. So it is a lateral throw from Bluefield, and that will be a huge loss on their first down.
It'll be second.
So fortunately for Strickland, the wide receiver, they was able to work on back and pick up that football. Because if Faulkner were able to fall on it, he would have been able to have that possession at the 32-yard line. 2nd and 24 now lined on up here for Bluefield. Snap taken from Hurstich, will fire up down the middle of the field. It is caught by Strickland. It'll be tackled around the first down marker. The officiating crew will say around the 44.5-yard line. It looks like it will just be short of that first down ruling. But for Strickland, who after had a fumble that he recovered, was able to get a big 23-yard pickup. And as the review comes on in, another official says that's enough for a first down. And Antonio Strickland is able to get a 24-yard catch, enough for a first down. 4 wide receiver set again. Herstich will take it himself down the middle of the field, and he is tackled around the 40-yard line. Good enough for what is a 4-yard gain on the play. Well, after that big conversion from Antonio Strickland on the 24-yard connection, he came a little hobbling off the field. He's currently standing on the Rams sideline with 6:24 remaining. Snap is taken here from Herstich. Feels the pressure coming, scrolls out to the left, puts his head down. He's wrapped up around the 39-yard line. Not much room there for Herstich, but he didn't really have much of the pocket as the Eagles just swarmed in, and Herstich making a great play to not avoid getting a huge loss on the play. 3rd and 5 coming up for Bluefield. They have to get to the 39-yard line on Faulkner territory to continue the drive. Strickland does come back out on the play now for 3rd and 5. Snap taken from Herstich, fires away. He will be caught by Ebron. As they say, it is incomplete on the play. It looked as if he was able to wrap his hands underneath of it, but it goes through the hands of Ebron. And now 4th down and 5 lined on up. This is very risky territory when you think about what team you want to send out there, as it is only 4th and 5, and it looks as if the Bluefield Rams will go with their offense here on 4th and 5. So play clock working on down now to 14 seconds. The Rams still trying to figure out what play call they want to do. And here comes a timeout. It will be called by Bluefield.
The first of the half, 2 remaining.
The first charge timeout to the Bluefield Rams as they have 4th and 5 coming on up, and this will definitely be a very interesting conversation to be made between the offense of whether you're going to send back out Herstich and company, or you're going to bring out the punting team to try to work the field position battle. The ball is currently placed at the 44-yard line of Faulkner territory. They have to get to the 39-yard line in order to convert and continue the drive. Rams have had a few offensive drives cut short, though, as they haven't been able to move the ball down the field after doing so in back-to-back drives that ended with touchdowns. Right now, they're trying to figure out what exactly they want to do to keep their offense out on the field. And I say, when you're in a situation like this is a very gutsy call, but it depends on how much you trust in your quarterback and the offense altogether. But after the timeout and a little bit of discussion, it looks as if Bluefield will be sending out their punting team.
For the Rams, number 18, Griffin.
So Tanner Griffin is the man. He will come on up now and punt
for
the Rams. And
you
you saw in that play Dewey Lusk in his 5th year here at Bluefield, just going to go here with what he believes is the safer choice. Griffin gets the snap, and he will punt this one away. A line drive that goes down the near side of the field, and that football will roll out at the 3-yard line. Oh my goodness, what a punt there from Griffin. It wasn't really much of an arcing punt, but it was definitely one that was going to be able to travel the distance, and it did so well, rolling out inside the 5-yard line. And now for the Eagles, this is back-to-back drives. They're starting within their own 10-yard line. So the Eagles are going to try to make something out of this possession. They're going to have to do so with quite the offensive scheme, as they're actually officially putting this ball at the 2-yard line. By far the best punt we have seen on the night from either side. The man who owns that honor is Tanner Griffin. So Cade Young and company coming back out now here for the Eagles. He's in shotgun inside his own end zone. 3 wide receivers, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. He'll take the snap, give it off to Blackman. He's met at that goal line, and they're going to rule forward progress around the 1-yard line, saying that Blackman was able to get out of his own end zone, but it will be a 1-yard loss on the play. A perfect defensive rush scheme there from the Rams. They're able to stop Blackman from getting any forward progress past that line of scrimmage. Unable to get that safety, though, and now 2nd and 11 stepping on up. The Rams surely thought they had the opportunity to make it a 16-10 game. We'll see what the Rams send once again here as Young's in shotgun. Rams sending about 4 or 5. Blackman will get out to about the 2-yard line before he's hit by a Rams defender. Back-to-back blows being put on here by Travis Clinch. He put the initial one on Blackman the last time up, and he does it again there on second down. So 3rd and 11 coming up now for the Faulkner offense. They're at their own 1-yard line. They got to find a way to get out of this situation. As the Rams notice, they might send a bunch of runners here at Young. Quick screenplay on the way to Scott, trying to work past the block. He will be able to get enough yardage out to about the 7-yard line, but Browder is unable to come up with the first down. Smart play there for the Eagles. Just want to get out of your own end zone and not give up any points, as it will give some breathing room here to the punter in Caden Davis.
For the Eagles, number 20, Renteria, back deep.
Under 4 minutes remaining out here in this second quarter, as Strickland currently stands at the Faulkner 42-yard line. We'll see what Davis is able to do with this punt. It's got to be a great one here from the Faulkner punter. It is a good one to say the least, as fair catch is called, and it is made around the 47-yard line there from Antonio Strickland. Not a bad punt there from Davis. He knew he had to make that football go deep into that territory, and it was able to do so, as Bluefield will start at their own side, at their own 47-yard line. With 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this first half, we'll see if the Rams are able to get any offense going before going into the break. A key reminder, Bluefield will start off on the receiving end in the second half. And both teams working with 2 timeouts remaining. So Hurstich is in shotgun now for the Rams. 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Hurstich takes the snap, looks to the right side, fires a quick one on to Strickland, makes the grab, able to beat off 2 defenders, and he's able to get inside the 45-yard line of the Eagles. We'll be short of that first down, and now Strickland has his right knee down on the far sideline, and the Bluefield medical team will make their way over. It appears that maybe even...
Reset the game clock to 3:22. 3:22.
So adding about 4 seconds back to the play clock, which is around 3:18, and as we'll now go to 3:22. And Strickland did lose his helmet on the play. He is quick to get up, though, and he's walking back to the Bluefield sideline. And Strickland on the play, on what was first down and 10, was able to pick up 8 on the ground. And now it'll be 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line of the Eagles. So second time in a row, we've seen a Bluefield drive that Antonio Strickland has had to step off, as the training staff will assess to Strickland, as he was able to walk off with no assistance whatsoever. That's a great sign. Hurstich will hand this one off quickly to the running back, as he will break down the left side of the field before eventually being pushed out of bounds.
Carried by number 25 to the Rams.
A big run on the play there from number 25 of the Rams. LeBron Fields is the man who's able to turn up field. Fields not initial as the 2-deep roster, not one of the running backs or receivers on the team, more of a return specialist. Has a great run there on the ground. Good enough for a pickup of 19, and now 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Hurstich feels the pressure come beneath him, rolls out to the right, fires one up. It's caught by Trevillan, steps in and scores. The Rams add to their lead, as Trevillan is able to make a great 25-yard catch and run and make it into the score of 20-10. So the Bluefield offense able to find some life after what has been a few drives not able to work in their direction. That time, big plays made by the Rams on the offensive side. Kick will be up, and it is good for the kicker in Tanner Griffin. And the Bluefield offense has been alive in this first half. It's a 21-10 lead on top of the Faulkner Eagles. Since 1984, Swope Construction has led the way in innovation commercial construction solutions for West Virginia and Virginia. Swope Construction, a proud sponsor of Bluefield University Athletics. 2 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in this first half out here in Mitchell Stadium. The Rams are going to get the ball to start off that second half, but for the time being, they're able to make quick work of this drive, and they're able to score their third touchdown of the night. Hurstich able to throw his third touchdown of the night for this Bluefield Rams side, and Hurstich came with a 49.5 completion percentage on the season. He's thrown 5 interceptions coming into tonight, 6 touchdowns tonight, but today, 3 touchdowns and only 1 interception. So Riley Stubbs will now kick this one away for Bluefield. He'll belt this one on down. It's going to go right around the 1-yard line where Scott will pick it on up and run. He's got a big opening down the middle of the field, cuts back to the right, beats off his defender, and is able to turn forward to about the 38-yard line of the own territory to where they're going to start off this next drive. 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. The Eagles will obviously be in the situation of that hurry-up scheme, try to push the ball quickly down the field and walk into the halftime with not too big of a deficit. This ties their largest on the night of 11 points. And Bluefield, if you want to talk about how the way they've been doing offensively tonight, their last few games have not been going well when it comes to offense, but today they've definitely been in a very good situation. 21 first half points, maybe some more in this game. Young will toss this one quickly off to Scott, sees nothing to his left, turns it, cut to his right side. He's going to get something and a first down. What an absolutely athletic play there from Isaiah Scott. The Rams defense ran that play perfectly. They knew Scott was going to the left, but Scott just went on a dime, turned it around, and cut to the right side of the field. Got the first down and more all the way to the 48-yard line. Now Young's in shotgun again for Faulkner. He hands it off. He will keep it himself, actually, and slide down about the 35-yard line. The Rams swallowing up as he slides with what is a gain of about 11 yards on the play as he moves to about the 37-yard line. And so now the Eagles working quickly, 2 big plays on offense. Young will get the snap and shotgun, looks to the left side, fires it on away. It's Scott in the open field, the 20, 15, dives at about the 11. And now the Eagles are just moving it quickly past this Rams defense with about 1 minute and 49 seconds remaining in this first half of play. A few substitutions here now for the Eagles, as Cade Young and offense will be at about the 11.5-yard line. He is in shotgun, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. Young gets a snap. He will hand this one off to Blackman. He will make his way to the end zone. Is he in? He will be marked down at the 1. One of the best runs we've seen on the night there from Blackman. As there is another first down on the play. It is first and goal. Second and goal, my apologies. So the Eagles have 1 yard to work with now to try to make this one a 21-17 game. Young gets underneath center, takes a snap, dives towards the goal line. No ruling on the field just yet of whether or not he got in. The officials are coming in fast. And it appears that he's going to be short. So Young just tries to dive forward to that end zone, unable to get the job done, and now second and goal. And maybe he lost about a half a yard on that dive.
Eagles will be stopped short of the end
No
zone.
timeouts from either side. We're working about 46 seconds left. Young and the offense are worried about it not so ever. Here comes a late substitution by Bluefield as a defender comes off fast. And now here comes the snap to Young. Gives it to Blackman, jumps on into the end zone, and he clears the goal line.
He'll go into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
For Charles Blackman Jr., it has not been the night he wanted to get things going. 2 fumbles on back-to-back drives, but he can put that behind him as he leaps forward to the end zone, making it a 21-16 game, cutting back to 1 possession with his first touchdown of the night. Alvin Rentira coming on in for the extra point. The kick will be up and it will be good.
Victory kick is good.
29 seconds remaining in the first half at Mitchell
Faulkner,
Stadium.
17.
A high-scoring first half on our hands. A 21-17 lead for the Bluefield Rams. They will start off with the possession in the second half. So it's now going to be thinking about 29 seconds, 2 timeouts remaining for the Rams. How can they continue to move forward and maybe end this first half with some success, or whether or not you just see them go down for that QB kneel and work into the halftime locker room with this lead. That'll be something for surely that the Bluefield team is going to be thinking about here. The Eagles have had 2 scores in this second quarter of play, a touchdown to begin off the quarter, and now a touchdown late here in the second quarter. While the Bluefield Rams have been able to hold on to this lead with a touchdown in this game as well. So now we will see Noah Moss kick this one off here for the Faulkner defense. So Moss going to step up, boot this one away, and he'll be caught by Strickland around his own 5-yard line. He's going to run this one out to the far right side, spins on over out of play as he is tackled by a pair of Eagles defenders at about the 24-yard line. So 23 seconds remaining in the half, 2 timeouts for the Rams. We'll see what they are going to draw up here and what is going to be possibly the ending of the first half at Mitchell Stadium. The way the Rams are lined up right now is 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. And Herschitz is in shotgun, so it looks like the Rams will try to maybe get something going here in the second half. It will be an H-back draw to Johnson. It would actually be LeBron Fields who was able to get a good carry. And he's tackled about the 30-yard line. And on that HB draw, they will get about a good 6 yards on the play. Clock is kicking down here in this first half of play. Herstich going to the shotgun formation. 2 seconds, 1, gets a snap, hands it off to Johnson, and he has really nowhere to go, but LeBron Fields, my apologies, will be swarmed on up around the 31-yard line. And for the Bluefield Rams, they will go into halftime with a 21-17 lead for Nathan Herstich. He has come on in the game. He has dialed up 3 touchdowns for the Rams as they lead the undefeated Faulkner Eagles to a score of 21-17. We're going to step aside here for halftime here on the Bluefield University Athletics Network. When we come back, Bluefield will be the ones receiving the opening kickoff in the second half.
You say you have vision, but where's it taking you? Because true vision is seeing what could be, contending with the status quo. It's taking what shapes you and using it to shape the world. It's the higher calling from the one who calls you his own. The higher vision, where visionaries are made. It's taking the higher road to a higher education. It's about discovering what God's placed inside of you is exactly what you need. It's knowing that to lead is to serve. And a life poured out is a life full and meaningful. So go. Go beyond the normal. Go stronger than before. Go make your mark. Make your impact. Go further.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to the Bluefield University Marching Rams.
Welcome back here to the Rams Digital Sports Network. After an exciting first half of play where the Bluefield Rams lead the Faulkner Eagles to the score of 21-17. We're excited for what could be a very, very entertaining second half of play in this Mid-South Conference Appalachian Division opener for these sides. And obviously, so far, we've seen some electrifying offense from the Bluefield Rams. The Faulkner Eagles, a team that comes in with an undefeated mark of 3-0, are in jeopardy of losing their first game of the year. And for the Bluefield Rams, the news gets even sweeter as they're going to start off with the possession. As they originally at the beginning of the game deferred the kickoff to the second half, they will now start off with the possession. And we look into some of the ways that this game has transpired. Some stellar playmaking already tonight, including Antonio Strickland, a man who has already on the night 10 catches for 173 yards. So get things underway here in the second half of play. The man to kick things off for us will be Noah Moss. His hand is lined up, and he will put this one away. And the kick will be up, and it will go. So second half underway here at Mitchell Stadium. Strickland will be the man to catch the football and return it. Goes from the left to the right, and he is swarmed by Eagles defenders at around the 26-yard line, where he will be stopped. We now see come on out in the second half of play, Nathan Herstich is the man who will start things off in this second half for Bluefield. Wasn't originally the starter tonight for the Rams, but he does come on in to start off the second half. He has done phenomenal in the first half. As you look into those stats, he is 11 of 18 so far today, 3 touchdowns thrown on the night, while only having 1 interception for a total of 170 yards. Herstich will take the snap in shotgun, look to the left side. He has his receiver in Trevelyan, but he is only able to get back to the line of scrimmage as he is tackled by a bunch of Eagles defenders, 3 to be exact, and that will bring up now 2nd and 10. So as this drive began with the first down, there was also a black tie Charters first down there for the Rams. So now 2nd down and 10 coming on up now for the Rams. Herstich is in that shotgun position, 3 to his right, 1 to his left. He fakes the handoff, trying to cut to the outside. He gets to that corner, about to the 30-yard line, and a flag comes in late. Herstich was hit by a defender at the very end of that play. The man looked to be Aaron Reynolds. 2 flags on the play. They came off the referee's belts at 2 different times. So we will see if these are going to be offsetting penalties, maybe even a little bit of help for the Rams, maybe a little bit of help for the Eagles, as the discussion is being made at about the 27-yard line. It looks like that we're going to have a decision made here from our officiating crew.
Third on the play. Offense, number 66. After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense. Both penalties will be enforced. Second down.
So offsetting penalties after that, a little bit of an explanation. Despite the Reynolds hit coming after the play, it would have been a 10-yard loss for the Rams, but they will just have a redo, as it's still a little bit of a conversation being made between our umpire and our head referee. Thank you guys for tuning on in tonight here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's a Bluefield 21-17 lead on top.
First down. Automatic first down on the personal foul.
So after a little bit of a conversation, will be no gain on the play, but it will be a first down since the hit came after the play. It will be 1st and 10 now. And I believe our officials are still trying to figure out exactly where to spot this football, as they will move on back to the 17, and now they will work it back out 15 yards into the forward progression. So they're going to start this around the 32-yard line. As it looks like our officials have finally figured out where to begin, as it's a black tie Charter first down here for the Rams with 14-15 remaining in the second half. Snap on the way from Herstich, fires that on the way to Strickland. He does come down with the grab at about the 36-yard line before he's swarmed by a defender of the Eagles. That hit will make it now 2nd and 6 coming on up. The first drive of the second half now here for the Rams. Got a big first down after a penalty made by Reynolds, who came in late on the quarterback of Herstich, who was running out of bounds. Snap taken here from Herstich in the shotgun, looking to his left side. Man coming behind him. He doesn't see him. The ball is loose, and there's a swarm for the football on the 34-yard line. And the official comes on in and says Faulkner has possession.
First down, Eagles.
So the Eagles come out of the locker room in 1 minute and 25 seconds into the second half. They're able to get the huge turnover, and we'll start with beautiful field possession at the 34-yard line at Bluefield. So after a little bit of a delay figuring out what to do with those penalties, Bluefield gets into a situation where Herstich does not see defender coming up from behind him. The man who delivered that blow, I want to say on that play, it's going to be Devin Owens is the man, as now the number 8 will hand this one off to Scott, who ends around from the right side to the left side, will work out of bounds about the 28-yard line. Good enough for the first down. The penalties on the play.
Offense, number 39. 10 yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
So when Faulkner thought they had their first down of the second half, it will come back after a holding committed by the offensive line. So now 1st and 20-ish coming on up now here for the Eagles. So actually the possession will be at the 41-yard line. So only about a 7-yard penalty. So 1st and 17 now here for the Eagles. They're at the 41-yard line at Bluefield. And now Young's in shotgun. He will hand the football off to a man named Devin Murray, and he's got open field, and he's tackled around the 27-yard line, more likely just tripped on up as he goes on down, makes up that lost yardage on the penalty, and picks up enough for now 2nd down and 3. Young gets a quick snap and shotgun. They go back to Murray. He's got the first down, and he's got more, staying on his feet all the way inside the 10. Murray is wrapped on up around the 8-yard line, and 1st and goal now, and the Eagles are working incredibly fast. The ball's being put down, and they're going to work fast. Young's going to get the snap and shotgun, give it to Murray, and the Rams were much more on that play that time, and they're able to make sure that Murray just gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal coming on up. So we haven't really been seeing much of Devin Murray tonight for the Eagles, but he's able to plow his way on through the Rams defense and pick up some significant yardage on the play, giving him his first looks with the carries tonight. And then now it appears that a timeout is being called on the field as one of the Rams defenders is down. It looks like Jaden Campbell is the man who is slow to get up here for the Rams, as he lays right now at the 5-yard line in their own territory. Well, what an exciting 3 minutes it has been here in the second half in Mitchell Stadium. An early turnover by the Rams gave the Eagles some beautiful field position. They've been able to work it on down with a couple of incredible Murray carries. They're now at that 8-yard line. They got to keep on working and pushing the ball into that end zone as they're looking to get their first lead since they led the Bluefield Rams to the score of 3-0 way back in that first quarter of play. The good news is that Jaden Campbell is able to stand on up and walk off his own power, which is an awesome sight to see for Rams fans. And he gets back in that huddle. So it was an official timeout on the play. When we get things going again, it will be 2nd down and goal on the 8-yard line. Well, this season, the Rams have been coined as a second-half team, come from behind at times, you can say, which was the only win of the season for this Rams side, came with a big victory against Emory and Henry on the road in the second week of the season. And now for the Bluefield Rams, are looking to try to put that difficult stretch behind them and get back to a win, which will put them at 2-3 on the year. Obviously, the Eagles try and keep that perfect season intact for the time being as they sit at 3-0. So play is resumed here in Mitchell Stadium. Young takes the snap and shotgun. Will hand this one off to Murray. Actually, a lob to the back of the end zone. The catch is going to be made by the receiver, and it will be ruled as an incomplete pass. They were trying to go to Browder in the back of the end zone. And by the look of it, I thought Murray had the football and was trying to punch the gut. If it was, it might have been an open hole there for the running back of the Eagles. But instead, they try to jump ball to the very tall receiver in Browder. It is unable to work out on their end, though, for the Eagles, as now it's 3rd and goal at the 8-yard line. Young is in shotgun. He's got 3 to his left, 1 to his right, and Scott takes a snap, looks to the right side, jump ball near side the end zone, and he's going to come down with the football. It was 1v1 coverage on the near sideline, and Isaiah Scott is able to reel in the football, and it gives the Eagles a lead here with 11:46 remaining in this third quarter of play. It was an excellent route run. Cade Young didn't even bother to look to the left side of the field. He got the snap, and he looked exactly to his man in Scott. Already has made his mark here tonight in Bluefield, and now it looks as if Renteria is going to try to go for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick will be good. So a 24-21 score line here as the Eagles have tied their largest lead on the night, which is 3 points. They had a 3-0 lead earlier on, and now back and forth action in tonight's game. And right now the Eagles are the ones on top. We'll get to see the Rams offense hit the field once again, which ended with the Hurtstitch fumble the last time they had the football. So obviously looking to try to get better ends to meet in the second drive of the second half. The Grind, 103 Spring Street, Bluefield, Virginia, seeks to offer regional flavors while employing a unique culture around their brand. Come to the Bluefield University Coaches Show each Monday at 7 p.m., exclusively at The Grind. When you look at the coaching staff of the Bluefield Rams, led by Dewey Luskin, has been Dewey Lusk, my apologies. He has been very happy with that first half effort, but the second half has not started the way that the Rams have wanted to do so. Obviously, if he wants to, a very happy Saturday. Obviously, last week, a 61-19 defeat, crushing to this Rams team. They look a lot better out here today in Mitchell Stadium, and we'll see how things are able to go here on this second drive. So the man who will kick it off now here will be Noah Moss, as he will kind of pooch punt this one out to the 35-yard line, where it's going to be picked up by a Rams player. The man on that is going to be Merrick Banks, one of the backup cornerbacks of this Rams team. Probably not fully expecting that punt or kickoff going his way, but makes a great play of it, and he's able to move it on up to the 44-yard line. So the Rams needed something to get going here in the second half, and they're going to resort for that. They're going to resort for the pooch kick. They're going to take that, and they're going to start off in what is pretty good territory here for this Bluefield offense. So coming back out now, it's going to be Hurtstitch, who will take the snap in shotgun. He will hand this one off to the running back of Fields, and he's going to be swapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Faulkner was able to get the football off the strip, but they're going to be marked as down on the play. The man who was running away with that football was Alexander Dawson, but the official helps out LeBron Fields there and gets the ball away from him. And now 2nd down and 10 coming on up here for Bluefield. Three wide receivers to Hurtstitch's right. Snap is taken. Screen play all the way to Strickland. He's going to work at the far length of the field and steps out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Strickland, with that speed, was trying to work it out to that far sideline and find something to sneak back in on it, but was unable to do so on that play. Now 3rd and long coming up here for the Rams. Official marker is around that 47-yard line. They got to get to the 46 of the Eagles. They currently sit at 47 of their own territory. So about 3rd and 7 coming on up now. Hurstich is in shotgun position. He will step up in the pocket as Eagles send 5. Hurstich barreling towards that first down marker. He'll be hit at about the 45 of the Eagles. It will be enough for a first down. A black tie Chargers first down is exactly what the Rams needed here, as they're able to continue this drive and most importantly move into opponent's territory. The Rams stay in shotgun here with Hurstich as he takes the snap, and he has a little trouble with it, but they will just toss one over there to LeBron Fields, who is tackled on up short of that line of scrimmage. I believe he's going to get a 1-yard loss on the play, and Hurstich was just seeing the pocket around him just kind of suck into it, and he just had to kind of scrimmer all that one off to Fields, who was in the backfield. It's going to be marked as a 2-yard loss on the play. So second down, my apologies, second down and 11 as the scoreboard makes the correction here at Mitchell Stadium. So second and 11 now here for the Rams. Hurstich is in shotgun, Strickland in motion. Takes the snap, Hurstich steps on back, fires a deep one on the way, and it goes to absolutely nobody. It looks like Strickland looked at a possible Hurstich, saying that was a little bit overthrown to me. But as that one hit the ground, it brings up now 3rd and 11. A 3-point game here for Bluefield. They've been able to work back from this deficit already on the night, been able to work out to at most an 11-point lead over the Eagles, but a big 3rd and 11. Hurstich is in the shotgun now for the Rams. 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Takes a snap, drops back to zone 45, fires away, and the pass goes short of the attending receiver on the play. It looks as if Hurstich was trying to reach out to Thomas Lee, one of the wide receivers on this Rams side, but unfortunately that drive will come to an end, and the punt team for the Rams will now step on up now and kick away.
On the punt for the Rams, number 18, Tanner Griffin.
Tanner Griffin, known for his kicking but also his punting, will make another trip on out to where he stands currently around his own 40-yard line. Looks as if Malik Meadows is the man who is back, set to return this punt for the Eagles. High snap, but he's able to get a punt away. It's going to take a bounce that goes sort of in the way of the Rams, able to turn on inside around the 15-yard line, which where exactly Fields will touch that ball down, and that is where the Eagles will start. So for Griffin, a very solid punt, as it's now able to make it first down and 10 around the 15-yard line. 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this third quarter at Mitchell Stadium. A wild night of NAIA football. We got a very good matchup on our hands as the score is 24-21. As Eagles offense has already converted for a touchdown tonight off of what the Eagles defense was able to give them with that short field after forcing a fumble. Now they're going to have to go the long length of the field if they're going to want to have a very similar result. Young is in shotgun now. He's going to give the handoff and fires away, and it is dropped by the receiver of the Eagles. The intended target on that play was number 9, Javion Tucker.
Incomplete. It brings up second down.
I haven't been able to see really much of Javion Tucker's name tonight for the Eagles, one of his first targets of the night. But as it is dropped, it will now bring up second down and 10. Young will motion the receiver and Scott, and there's movement at the line.
Flag on the play.
Flags come on out, and we'll hear what the call is now.
Ball start. Offense, number 77 and 70. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So 2 offensive linemen that jump on the play for the Eagles. It's Sam Jackson and Quan Stokes. It doesn't add 10 yards to it, though, folks. It's only 1 penalty, but against 2 individuals, and now it's going to be second down and 15. So the Eagles move back to around their own 10-yard line, and Young will now take the snap and shotgun. Looks to the left side, now will keep it himself, runs up the middle of the field, and slides down around the 23-yard line. Will be about 2 yards short of that first down, and now third down and 2 coming on up for the Eagles. We've seen Young use his feet a lot already in tonight's game. In that first half, he had 6 carries for 61 yards, including a touchdown of his own in that first half. And he was able to use it there for a big 13-yard pickup. Third down here in Mitchell Stadium. 3rd and 2 is the exact membership. They're at the 23-yard line. Guy get to the 25. Young and Shotgun will take it, and he'll use his feet again. Gets the first down and a little bit more as he slides on down. He will be marked down around the 28-yard line of their own territory. And so for Young, he had 2nd down and 15, and he's able to call his numbers back-to-back times and pick up the yardage that was needed for the Eagles, and it will move the chains. Staying with this 4 wide receiver set is Faulkner. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Snap will be taken there from Young. It will be a handoff to Murray, and he'll be wrapped around the line of scrimmage initially, but then is able to plow his way on forward a little bit more to the 33-yard line. And that one will be enough for about a 5-yard pickup on the play. 2nd down and 5. 8:45 remaining in this 3rd quarter of play. We've seen the Eagles now use the ground 3 consecutive times. Usually we've seen this Eagles team go through the air a lot. But for today's, or this drive at least, the Eagles have really loved sticking the ball on the ground. 2nd and 5 now here for the Eagles. Snap on the way. Another handoff. This one's to Murray, and he'll get to about the 38-yard line. My apologies, about the 37-yard line. He's got to get to the 38-yard line, so 1 yard short on that play. So another big 3rd and short for the Eagles. They were to convert initially on that last 3rd and short with the feet of Young. We'll see what they dial up here on 3rd and 1. Still communication being made with the sideline as now 2 receivers will switch position on the left and right side. The Eagles have their play call, but the play clock's down to 7 seconds. Young communicating, sends a receiver and Browder in motion. Jet sweep on the way, keeps it himself. He's wrapped around the 37-yard line, but I think Young got enough of the second effort to get the first down, and the chains will be moved. So a 2nd, 3rd and short converted by Cade Young to just keep the football on the ground and move it forward. And this has been a very executed drive so far from Faulkner. Young going to go through the air, has his receiver open on the near sideline. It's going to move it into Bluefield territory, and he's going to be tackled around the 42-yard line. The man to make the grab was number 4 in Tony Hall. His biggest catch on the night for the Eagles. And now 1st down and 10, back-to-back plays that the Eagles are able to convert. Snap taking a shotgun here from Young. He's going to keep it himself on this one up the middle to the left side, and he's wrapped up by the feet at around that 1st down marker. The placement of the official, and that's going to be enough for the 1st down. The placement of the official looked as if it was going to be enough to move the chains, and 3 straight 1st down conversions here from the Eagles. Under 7 minutes remaining here in this 3rd quarter. Big drive so far from the Eagles. 3 to Young's right, 1 to his left. Young steps back, stands in the pocket, fires away, deep strike to Scott, and it's going to be broken up by the Bluefield defender. The indication of incompletion on the ground is coming from number 7 in Tremail Cash. A man who already has an interception on the season for the Rams was in company to maybe do so again. We saw on a 1st down and 10 earlier, the Eagles going deep with the air. They try to do it again there, but unfortunately for their side, they're not able to come down with the catch. 2nd down and 10. Young will make the snap and shotgun to the both side of him. He's going to check this one down to Blackman, who's going to cut through the defenders and breaks both of them. Splits another defender, and he's taken down inside the 10-yard line. He'll be marked down at the 8. And Blackman was able to beat not 1, not 2, but 3 Bluefield defenders. And now another 1st and goal coming up for the Eagles in this 2nd quarter. Young is in shotgun, gets the snap, looks to the right side, will keep it himself for the time being. He comes off a Bluefield defender, and then he's able to stay up on his feet all the way down to the 5-yard line. So about a 2 to 3 yard pickup on the play there from the quarterback of Cade Young. And the down will now go 2nd down and goal.
goal.
So now the Eagles slowing things down a little bit here as they think about what to call here on 2nd and goal. We've seen the Eagles, they've either worked lightning fast on the play calls or they've been able to slow it down to about maybe 5 seconds left on the play clock. This is one of the slower transitions between plays. There's 10 seconds left on the play clock. Young gets the snap, looks down the middle of the field, fires it on up. Who comes down with the football? And it appears it's going to be an Eagle. It's going to be Tony Hall. And Tony Hall will go into the end zone for the touchdown. 2 catches on this drive for Hall, and it gives Faulkner their biggest lead of the game as it's now 30-21. As Rentiera is coming on up to put the extra point away, we will try to make this a double-digit lead. Snap is going to be a little bit off, and the hold was a little questionable there from the quarterback of Brock Snyder, but the extra point is good, making it a 31-21 lead. And so we look into this third quarter of play. Bluefield came into the halftime, out of the halftime, I should say, with the 4-point lead, 21-17. But in this third quarter, what it's been so far is Faulkner offense. They've been able to score 2 touchdowns on 2 drives. And in the first 10 minutes of the second half, the Eagles have stormed up to a 10-point lead. So now you look into this and say, where can the Rams find that spark? They were able to move the ball well on that last drive. It just ended with the punt unit coming on out. But the way the Eagles have been moving the ball offensively, you know this Rams defense is going to have to step on up and be a little bit more locked in when their time is called. So a 10-point lead now for the Eagles. And we will see what the Rams are able to do in response to back-to-back touchdowns. 21 unanswered points so far by the Eagles. And the Rams had that 21-10 lead, but forever since then, in that touchdown to Trey Villan, it has been all Eagles on the score sheet. A man to kick things off now here for the Eagles will be Noah Moss. He kind of pooch kicked it last time for the Eagles. We'll see what he does here on his third kickoff of the half. This one will be drilled on deep. He'll kick it right to Antonio Strickland. He will receive the ball around his own 10, cuts up the middle of the field, working to the outside, and he's tackled about the 30-yard line. Not a bad return there from Strickland. It's where Bluefield will start things off with what will be a black tie charter, first down and 10.
First down, Rams.
As we continue to look on into this second half of play, got to think that you want Jaquan Ebron to get a little bit more involved here in the second half. Had 33 yards in that first half on 5 catches. Was able to record one of the Rams touchdowns in tonight's game. He is on the field right now as Hurstich is in shotgun. He will hand this ball on off to the running back of Johnson, and he will get forward for about 3 yards on the play up to the 33-yard line. So the Rams have been able to work back from a deficit so far today, but not a deficit like this. This is a 10-point lead for the Eagles, and they got to get things going here in this third quarter. That's how they were able to get that first half going well. They're able to end off quarters with a very good mark. We'll see how things are able to go here. It's a low snap to Hurstich. Will fire off to the right side. Check down to Johnson. He's able to stay off his feet after the first defender came on in, but only picked about 2 yards after that play. And now it will be 3rd and 5 here for the Rams. And you think about this, this is a huge play for the Bluefield Rams. Got to get the yardage on this play to continue this drive. You do not want to put the ball back in the Eagles' hands, which they've been able to run so well against the Rams defense. Give the defense some time, and you maybe want to hopefully get something going. Well, 5 wide receivers set here for the Rams. Hurstich takes a snap, screen play on the way to Strickland. He's got one blocker, and he's unable to cut enough to the outside as he might have lost a yard on the play, and a 3-and-out from the Rams. And now it looks as if the punt team will have to come on here and get the balls back to the Eagles. And that's exactly what happens here as Dewey Luss sends out his punt team. It's just too deep in your own territory to think about going for it now, as we're about 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this third quarter of play. So back to kick this one off will be Griffin. He will get the snap. Great catch by the punter as he's able to deliver this one away. Meadows is the one who catches it. Didn't call a fair catch as he's trying to fight things off. And a great tackle made by a few defenders there of the Rams as he's able to take it on down around the 20-yard line. Gotta admit, that's been the bright spot today from the Rams, that punt team coverage. They've been able to pin back those Eagles returners very well in the night, whether that's been Isaiah Scott or whether that's been Malik Meadows. So 2 of 2 so far in the second half when it comes to Eagles drives. A touchdown to get things going, giving themselves a 24-21 lead. Then they add in another touchdown, making it a 31-21 lead. And now the way they've been able to move the ball, it seems like right now the Eagles have that momentum and the upper hand. And they look to maybe even get another good drive going here with 3 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Young will take the snap in shotgun, and he will hand the ball off to Murray, who goes down the right side, and he's hit by 2 Bluefield defenders at about that 25-yard line. It actually will go about to around the 26, so a 6-yard pickup for the running back of the Eagles. That will bring up around 2nd and 5. And we've seen the Eagles use a plethora of wide receivers. Tony Hall making his appearance be felt in that last drive for the Eagles. And Young not in any rush right now for the Eagles. He takes the snap in the shotgun. He fires this one away. It's deflected at the line of scrimmage. The intended receiver on that play was Ty Gray, unable to come down with the football. And now for the Rams, they have themselves at a 3rd and 5 opportunity. The Rams in that last drive on the defensive side, you saw the Eagles have 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3 at some times, but Young was able to scramble out of the pocket and able to pick up that first down. We'll see if Young's able to just call his own number possibly on this drive if the situation isn't looking too pretty. 3 to his left, 1 to his right on this big 3rd and medium. 10 Rams pressed up at the line of scrimmage. They sent up ton as this pass will be fired on the way down the middle of the field and dropped by the receiver of Isaiah Scott. Well, I want to say the Rams sent at least 8 defenders on that play to the quarterback of Cade Young. He felt the pressure and got it to one of his better receivers in Isaiah Scott. But Scott with a rare drop brings up 4th down and 5. So exactly what the Bluefield Rams needed there. A 3 and out to stop that Eagles offense that's been able to move so well in the second half. And as they now bring up the punt team, you're going to look at the man who's going to take this punt for them. Caden Davis stands around his own 10-yard line. Strickland is the man who stands about his own 40. The punt is on the way. A great punt indeed. Fair catch is called by Strickland as he comes down with the catch at his own 35-yard line.
First down, Rams.
So the Rams are able to get the stop defensively that you needed. Now we'll see what the Rams offense is able to do here as we got a black tie Chargers. 1st down and 10 starting at about the 35-yard line of their own territory. Just over 3 minutes remaining in this third quarter of play. Right now it is the Faulkner Eagles at 31 points, the Bluefield Rams at 21. Erstich coming back in at quarterback for the Rams. And we saw there in that 3rd and 5 a 5 wide receiver set. That's exactly how this drive will get things going with the 5 wide receiver set. Hurts has 4 men to his right side. Will fire this pass on in to the slant. The catch will be made. What a grab made by the receiver of the Rams. It is Thomas Lee who comes down with a 6-yard pickup, making it 2nd down and 4. The Rams know that time is an issue just yet, but they know I have to work a little bit down the road. 4 wide receivers to the right side here of Herstich. 1 to the left. He takes a snap and now will call his own number. He'll get to the 45, up to the 50. He has a 1st down and more. Spun it on his feet. And Bluefield's pushing him forward. Faulkner's pushing him backwards. But he will go down at the 47-yard line of Faulkner territory. A big pickup with his feet. Herstich has had a few good runs tonight. That one might have been one of his biggest, and it's enough for what would be a black tie Chargers 1st down. Well, tough for Herstich right there. He took a blow from a few Eagles defenders, even some of his guys who were pushing him forward on the pile a bit. And now the Rams are going to be lined up with 4 wide receivers who just stand in a row on the far side. Hurchis will get the snap, pocket collapsing, able to escape, fires away. It's caught by the Rams. It is Lamb again. He's got room up to the right side, and he stays on his feet, and he's in. What a catch and run from the Bluefield Rams. It's Thomas Lee who takes it all the way to the house. A 45-yard score, and that makes it a 31-27 game. Well, that's exactly what the Bluefield Rams needed. They've had a few offensive drives cut short, and Hurch is able to deliver a good throw to his receiver of Thomas Lee, a man who was rather very quiet in that first half. He's able to come up with a big catch and run, and Griffin will make the extra point, making it a 31-28 ball game. Well, the Eagles came out strong in the second half, but the Rams are able to bounce back well, making it a 3-point ball game. And on that Thomas Lee catch and run, the official ruling was 47 yards on the play. That's the second touchdown tonight for the Bluefield Rams that have gone 40-plus yards. As we saw a 59-yard strike earlier between Hurchich and Strickland. This one goes between Hurchich and Thomas Lee. So Tanner Griffin will kick this one away now here for the, I should say Riley Studs. He's going to kick one away here for the first time in the second half for the Bluefield Rams. And the Mitchell Stadium audience was kind of being drained a bit. They were tired of seeing the Eagles run on top of their Rams, but now they've been able to see the Rams offense come alive a little bit here in this third quarter. And now with 1 minute and 49 seconds remaining, we will see exactly what the Bluefield defense has in store. Studs will kick this one away from his 35-yard line. Excellent punt indeed, but it's going to be bobbled up by the returner and eventually picked on up. Meadows is the man who's bringing it out. It's Browder who brings this one on out for the Faulkner Eagles. He will go down at around his own 27-yard line.
Number 7, Browder on the return.
So after what was a almost tale of two halves of the quarter, you saw the Eagles make a big defensive stop on the Rams, scored a touchdown, force a 3-and-out, scored a touchdown. Now for the Rams, you're able to force the 3-and-out on the Eagles, follow that up with a 47-yard touchdown to Lee, my apologies. And then now you ask yourself, what can they do here with the minute 42 remaining in this third quarter? Well, the Eagles have looked strong so far in the second half. They were disrupted last time. We'll see how this Rams defense feels energized after that big touchdown. Young takes a snap and shotgun, and he rolls on over back to the original line of scrimmage. No positive yardage on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down and 10. We've seen Young get a lot more comfortable with his feet in this second half, as being able to pick up 3rd and manageables all night long with his feet. We've seen that out in a lot in the second half. It's 2nd down and 10. 4 wide receiver set here for Young as the quarterback. Takes the snap and shotgun. Looks out to the left side. Will fire a strike on the way to his receiver, a Browder. And he will have the first down and some more as he gets out to the 40-yard line. Enough for a 12-yard pickup and enough to move the chains.
Number 7, Browder, tackled on the play by number 54, DeMarcus Woodbush. That's enough for a first down, Faulkner.
And now for the Eagles, getting a little bit of slower of a pace here in this end of the third quarter. 45 seconds remaining out of Mitchell Stadium, as Young will watch one of his receivers go in motion, as he will be in shotgun. 3 to the right side of Young. He will take the snap, and the ball is loose. It's behind the line of scrimmage. The Rams and the Eagles dived on it on their own 39-yard line, but it is going to stay with the Eagles. Maybe a little bit too comfortable right there between Young and Murray. As that when that handoff was made, Murray thought he had the ball, didn't have the ball. Young, it looked like to be the guy who jumped on top of it. And I believe the Eagles are just going to carry this on in to the fourth quarter, as they're not lined up at the line of scrimmage with under 10 seconds remaining in this third quarter of play. As the final seconds come on down, we have an exciting fourth quarter in store as the fours go up from both sidelines. It's a 31-28 game. And for the time being, we have ourselves some highly intense NAIA action as the Faulkner Eagles have a 31-28 lead on top of the Bluefield Rams. Hello, my name is Andy Losi. You're listening right now to Rams Digital Sports Network. We've had an exciting game all night out here in Bluefield, West Virginia, as Bluefield University and Faulkner University have gone back and forth through the first 45 minutes of play. Now the question is, who will prevail? Well, Faulkner this season already has been a 3-0 squad. They know a thing or two about getting the job done and getting the wins. Meanwhile, the Rams, they've been able to fight back from late game deficits this season. We've mentioned that 46-45 victory on the year, earlier on the year when they beat Emory and Henry. But there's been some times this year where the Rams have put themselves in situations where they've been out of the game and that they've had not really much experience of this late game drama. So we're going to have to see if the Rams are going to be able to come out today with that intensity, with that fire, in order for them to make sure they get over that hump, which is a 3-point deficit to the Faulkner Eagles. Meanwhile, the Eagles in this road venue of Mitchell Stadium looking to try to continue to carry on in this game. Well, it's the fourth quarter. Mentioning tonight here at Mitchell Stadium is Breast Cancer Awareness Night. Obviously, the month of October being for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Today, pink is the theme across the stadium here in Mitchell Stadium. Recognizing it today, of course, with an early prayer from one of the presidents here at Bluefield University. And it's been an exciting night here on the 2nd of October. An excellent awareness program and great football game. So it looks like Young has some miscommunication with the head referee about whether the play clock is going to begin. And it does so as Young will get the snap in shotgun and hand it off to Murray, who is swallowed behind the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard loss, bringing up now 3rd and 11. And it looks as if Young and the head referee had a little bit of miscommunication. Head referee said, let's start playing with that play clock. Young did not see the indication and felt a little rush there on that 2nd down and 11. 3rd down and 12 coming on up for the Eagles. Can the Rams get a big stop as the Eagles have to get it to midfield to move the chains? Young is in shotgun. He'll clap twice and get the snap. Drop on back to his own 30. He'll fire away right at that 50-yard line. Caught by Scott. Breaks through the defender. Nice juke on the Ram defender. And steps out of bounds on his own will at around the 46-yard line. And will move the chains. A big 16-yard connection between Young and Scott. And that one is a devastating blow to the Rams, who are trying to get out of that situation. But the Eagles will stay on with a new set of downs. So 4 wide receivers. As now Young will take it, fire this one back to the backfield. Looking to throw it as Isaiah Scott, still dedicated to throwing it, and it's going to be picked off by the Rams. A play that looked like it was not going in the direction of any favor for the Faulkner Eagles. And instead, Isaiah Scott, who fires this football away, has it intercepted by the linebacker number 58, Sam Kirtley. Curley has already forced a fumble on the season for the Rams, but that is his first interception in 2021. And now the Rams have reborn life in Mitchell Stadium. After a devastating 16-yard conversion from the Eagles, the Rams are able to make the turnover. And now we'll have a black tie Chargers 1st down and 10. Hurchis is in the shotgun. He will get the snap. He will hand it off to Johnson, who will carry forward to about the 35-yard line, and that will be enough to get it now 2nd down and 5. So just when you think that the Eagles are maybe working their way towards a 10-point lead yet again, the Rams defense comes up with a huge stop. 2nd and 6 is the official mark here, but that nose of the football looks to be just around that 35-yard line. So Herches is in shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Herches steps back, airs one out deep, and this one will go over the head of Ebron and the defender that was on him in Overton Gates. So we saw Overton Gates earlier on in the night dealing with a little bit of that injury at around the midfield mark at the Bluefield sideline. But he's back in tonight's game, tested on that one, but able to make the excellent defense to bring up 3rd and 6. So the Rams are going to go with this 5 wide receiver set. And if you look into the far side of your screen, on the top of your screen, you see that 4 wide receiver set. Huge screen play to Strickland. He'll air one out to the open receiver, but dropped by Trevelyan. The play call worked out. The perfect method that you wanted it to if you're the Rams. And Strickland, who was just standing around his own 25-yard line, lasered one out to a fellow wide receiver in Trevelyan, but was unable to come down with the football. A tough break there for Bluefield. The Eagles can take a sigh of relief, and the punt team comes on out for the Rams. After creating the turnover, the Rams will go 3 and out as Griffin will be sent on up to punt this one away. Gets a snap. The punt is off. Big pressure there from the Faulkner special teams defense, but unable to do so as the ball goes free. It looks as if the Rams have jumped on it. An official comes on in. The Rams say they have it. No official ruling yet, as they're still trying to figure out who has it around the 32-yard line. It was Meadows who muffed the punt. As they're still looking to see who has it, it looks as if it will be Eagles' possession. So the Eagles are able to survive a scare, and what they thought was going to be an easy handled punt return there from Meadows, he just muffed it on up, and they were able to pick up the football. Rams are still saying they have it, but the official indication is going to say it's Eagles football at their own 31-yard line. In the second half, we've seen the ball control just be a little poor at times from both sides. Few muffed punts, few muffed kicks, few fumbles, some interceptions in the second half, but they've created some big opportunities for offenses. If the Rams are able to jump on that one, that would have been a huge chance for them to maybe take the lead here. But it is Eagles' possession, and they will start this one off at the 31-yard line as Scott is able to break free from a tackle around his own 25-yard line and get up around the 2. We've seen Scott today in that backfield work so elusively for the Eagles. We've seen him work to the left side, the field cut all the way back to the right. That time he's able to somehow avoid about a 5-yard loss and pick up 2 yards, making it 2nd down and 8. So now here comes Young in shotgun. He will take the snap, pocket collapsing, able to break free from the Rams defender, fire it on the way to Scott around the 49-yard line, and he has a catch for the 1st down. There is a penalty marker around the 30-yard line of the Faulkner. This one might go against Eagles.
Offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty, 2 seconds out.
A major blow there to the Eagles on what would have been a big 1st down for their offense. They are unable to get that first, as a 10-yard penalty will go against the Eagles in a holding call. The man who held on the play for the Eagles looks to be in number 57, Tyler Pritchett. So Young is in shotgun on 2nd and 18 with 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Quick slant on the way to number 11. It is caught by Gray as he able to move himself just enough forward up to that 33-yard line. So now 3rd and 9 coming on up for the Eagles. Another 3rd and long that Cade Young is going to have to operate through here on this big play. 3 timeouts remaining for both sides when you look at the Rams and at the Eagles. Young is in shotgun. 3 to his right, 1 to his left. Young gets a snap, drops back. 2 men come from the edge. He's able to break free, fire it on the way to about the 42-yard line. Scott has the catch, and he turns upfield for the first down. And Scott's been able to make some huge plays all night for the Eagles. That time he does it again. A huge pickup on the play. About an 18-yard catch and run there from Scott. And the Eagles have another first down and 10. 3 receivers to Young's left, 1 to his right in shotgun. Hands the football off to Blackman, and he gets about to that 48-yard line, or 47-yard line, I should say, in Bluefield territory, making it now second down and 6. And when you look at the Eagles, they don't mind really keeping the football on the ground. Try to take some clock off here in this fourth quarter, about 10:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. 4 receivers again here for Young. He's got to man the backfield with him. Scott is in motion, and men jumped on both sides of the line, but the football did not go anywhere.
Offense. Everybody. Tiger, please. Second down.
So a little bit of issue there with the mic of the referee, but it is a false start. It will go against the Eagles, making it now 2nd and 11. Well, the Rams defense has been able to get through this Eagles offense with some penalty calls, which have been good at times. But now another 2nd and long. Last time the Eagles were able to convert and move the chains. We'll see what they're able to do now here as they move back into their own territory. They're going to snap this around their 48-yard line. And Young and the Eagles weren't set, but an audible will be called here for Young. Play clock down to 3 seconds. He's in shotgun, takes the snap, fires away. It's going to be caught by the receiver and Tony Hall, and he turns upfield to about the inside of the 21-yard line. He had all of us fooled here in Mitchell Stadium. It looked as if Ty Gray was the initial target, but the ball went right to Tony Hall, and he was able to get a big catch and run and a first down for the Eagles. And after that huge catch and run, it looks as if Tony Hall is the man who's down on the field right now for the Eagles. 10 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in this game at Mitchell Stadium. Right now, the Eagles have a 3-point lead, and they've been able to move the ball very well in the second half. And it looks like they're going to have another good opportunity, as it looks like their drive is going to have a first down and 10 at the 22-yard line. Well, Tony Hall was a man in that first half who was rather quiet for the Eagles, as he had no catches in that first half. Had 1 target, but in the second half of play for the Eagles, he's been able to make a lot more plays on the night. So the training staff is a session right now to T.J. Hall. And for the Bluefield Rams, they were able to score in their last drive, making it a 31-28 game. And fortunately now we're going to see T.J. Hall get back on up. Well, that touchdown there for Bluefield was able to make it stop the stretch of which it was 21 unanswered points by the Eagles. Well, the Eagles are looking to get a new run going again here, as they're 22 yards away from making this a 2-possession game. So as T.J. Hall walks off the field, he's able to stand up strong and walk things off, but at that blow on the end of his run was just looked a little scary. Young will get the snap pretty high on the way to Blackman as he hands that football off, but goes down to around the 18-yard line, enough for a 4-yard gain, and we're under 10 minutes remaining in this second half in the game. Well, Eagles have been using these drives, so they've gone to second down and third down. They've just been able to continue things going, keeping this Rams defense on the field at times. Second down and 6. Young's in shotgun. He will fake the handoff and throw it up to the far sideline. It's going to be caught by Scott, and he's going to be in. Oh, I was trying to see the confirmation there. I believe he was out of bounds.
Number 8 yards pass intended for number 10, Scott.
Took a while to see the indication there from the officials. Couldn't tell if his hands were up or his hands were saying incomplete. Good news, Rams fans, it was incomplete. So 3rd down and 6. They try to go to the number 1 wide receiver, and Scott. He is unable to convert, though. And now it is 3rd down and 6. Player in shotgun is Cade Young. Claps his hands, takes the snap, looking. He's going to fire this one away. He'll be caught on the play. Browder reaching towards the end zone. Is he in? No, he is marked inside the 1-yard line. Browder has made some incredible catches all night for the Eagles. That one might be one of the biggest, as it's a huge catch and run for about 18 yards on the play. And now it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 1. That clock continuing to go on down. Eagles are in no rush whatsoever. 1st down and goal inside the 1-yard line they've had tonight. They were able to score one earlier. Young is in shotgun, though. Blackman is in the backfield. Young gets a snap, gives it to Blackman, leaps over the line, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Number 6, Blackman, touchdown, Faulkner.
And Blackman makes it his 2nd rushing touchdown on the night for the Faulkner Eagles. And it brings their lead back to 2 possessions. A big touchdown here for the Eagles, their 3rd of the half. And the 2nd 1-yard rushing touchdown on the night for Blackman, just able to cross that goal line and make the difference. The extra point will be on the way. The kick will be up, and it will be good. A flag comes on in on the play.
Kick is good. Flag on the play.
Offside. Defense, number 8. Half the distance to the goal. On time down.
So it will be offsides on the defense, so the team will just... So the penalty will be declined, meaning the extra point will be good, making it a 38-28 ball game. Well, folks, it might be time for the Bluefield Rams to get things going to high gear on the offensive side. 8 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. They are trailing the Faulkner Eagles to the score of 38-28. A 10-point deficit. They're going to need at least 2 possessions tonight to try to bring this one back within striking distance. And we're going to notice now how this Bluefield Rams team that started things off strong. Offense is still very good today's game, but you're going to have to notice how they're able to manage this time. 3 timeouts remaining for both sides in tonight's game as we look now. The man of Noah Moss, who will be kicking things away here. He lines things on up, and it looks like Strickland is the man back to receive the kick as the football blows on down. A little bit of wind hitting Mitchell Stadium here. The temperature has dropped. We mentioned it was about 75 at kickoff. It is now down to around 64 degrees. A very clear night, though, out here in Bluefield, West Virginia. And now Noah Moss will kick a football that's standing straight up, deep out to the left side. It's going to be picked on up there by Bluefield. Nice cut to the outside. Wrapped on up, and he's brought on down. I believe it's Jaquan Ebron, who was able to bring that football back out to on the 27-yard line. So now it is time for the Bluefield Rams to see what they can draw up here offensively in this second half. Herstich is coming out as quarterback. Although we got to see Josh Nelson in the starting gig, it has been Herstich's game so far tonight. Once again, this Bluefield offense running with that 4 wide receiver set to the far side. Herstich has trouble with the snap, tries to use his feet to get some positive yardage, but he's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line, bringing up 2nd down and 12. You have to start questioning as well when you believe that Bluefield is dealing with the situation of 4-down territory. Here comes the snap from Herstedt. Steps back in the pocket. Airs one out deep to Ebron, and he will be unable to make the catch, but he does draw a flag, and this one will most likely go against the cornerback of Overton Gates. 8 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Defense, number 5. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So a huge 15-yard gain on that play. Ebron got through his defender of Gates on him, and Herchich noticed that and just aired one out deep down the near sideline, and they're going to be now at the 40-yard line. So the Rams continuing to hold those 4 wide receivers to the left side. Herchich gets a snap, gives a screen over to Strickland, has blockers, gets the first down, stays on his feet, cuts to the middle of the field, and goes down at the 39-yard line of Faulkner. So the Rams are into opponent's territory, and they use the ability of Strickland yet again to maneuver his way through that Eagles defense. Herstich communicating with the sideline now. We'll get into the shotgun position. 4 to his left on that top of the screen. Will fire one off to Ebron, goes up with the catch and comes down with it. Stays on his feet. He's at the 10-5 touchdown. Jaquan Ebron. He made the catch on the slant and then turned it up to the right side of the field, got all the way into that open field, and brought on in for the touchdown. And exactly what the Rams needed. That drive, folks, is about 1 minute and 17 seconds. And now you look at the kicker of Tanner Griffin, squares on up, kicks this one away, and it splits the uprights, and it is good.
The Rams 35.
And Bluefield makes this now a 38-35 ball game, and the pressure goes right back on the Eagles. So if you like offense, you're really enjoying this game here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. We have a 38-35 contest between Bluefield and Faulkner. And the last 2 drives by both offenses were able to pay off well, both securing a touchdown. We saw the Johnson touchdown, on that touchdown run, it was Blackman who was able to score from 1 yard out. And then on the Bluefield drive, it ended with a nice 40-yard catch and run by Jaquan Ebron for his second touchdown of the game. So now Riley Stubbs will come on up now to kick here. So it looks as if Joey Dales will be the one kicking this one off instead here for Bluefield. He'll go straight at the kick and air this one out deep. It's going to be retrieved around the own 8-yard line. The man looks to be Meadows, tries to get a block. It's Browder instead. He cuts up to the left side. He's got open field. He's got one man to beat. Multiple flags on the play. Browder cuts inside, pushes down his defender, and he dives towards the goal line, and he's in.
Returned by number 7.
It is a touchdown for Faulkner as Browder made an athletic dive towards the goal line and cleared it for 6. But we're going to have to see what these flags are. 3 different officials pulling out flags on the play.
During the return, personal foul, blindside block on the receiving team, number 45. Also during the return, holding, number 32 on the receiving team. That penalty was declined. First down.
So 2 penalties going against the returning team of Faulkner.
Correction, half the distance to the goal.
So multiple penalties going against the Eagles, 2 to be exact. A blindside block and a holding on the play, which will cancel out the Browder touchdown return, keeping us at a 38-35 scoreline. But now for the Eagles, it looks as if they're going to start on their own 13-yard line. 7 minutes and 10 seconds remain here in Mitchell Stadium. And the fans that have stuck around here for the Rams are enjoying a nice October evening here in the Appalachian region of the NAIA. Fans getting into it now here at Bluefield. Young is in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, fire screen over to Scott. He's got some positive yards, hurdles the defender, and he keeps on going up to the 25-yard line. First down and 10, and Scott uses it to jump on over the Bluefield defender that was on him and got the first down and a little bit more. A nice move made there for the man who has been pretty much everywhere all night for Faulkner. First down and 10 on the 25-yard line now. Young takes a snap. He will fake the handoff. Air one out to Browder, who comes down with the football at around the 46-yard line. Two incredible plays made by wide receivers. You have Scott, who made an athletic hurdle on top of the defender. And then you saw Browder make a nice sideline grab on the near side, moving the chains once again. A Bluefield player is down on the play. He is on the Bluefield sideline, but the officials are ruling for an official timeout. As the Bluefield Rams and athletic training staff crowd him, I believe the man who went down on that play
Once again, we want to thank you for
was probably Bowden Nadala.
Did you know there are things you can do to reduce your chances?
Unfortunately, he steps on up and he's able to walk off on his own power just a little bit over to the bench where he's being assessed on. It looks to be around that right leg area where he's currently sitting. It is Peyton Haston who is the man who is hurt right now for Bluefield. Hopefully it's not too serious. Young takes a snap in shotgun, steps back, looks to the left side, fires a strike, and it's going to be caught by Gray. The third receiver to get involved in this drive, and the third first down in a row here for Faulkner. They're trekking their way down the field for the time being. Rams got to figure out a way to stop them. Take back what I say about that 1st and 10. It's 2nd down and 1. Young is in the shotgun. He takes a snap, will hand it off to Murray. Is at the line of scrimmage, beats off the line, and is able to get forward progress to the 41-yard line. It will be enough for now a Faulkner first down of a 3-yard carry. Under 6 minutes remaining, and I think we're going to see a lot more of Devin Murray down the stretch here. 3 timeouts remaining for both sides in this game. And you know if the Eagles are able to continue moving forward, they're going to try to make this a 2-possession ball game. So snap comes on into Young, looks over to the left side, fires away, it goes through the hands of Browder, and it's an incomplete pass. So 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And 2nd down and 10 will be coming on up now for the Eagles. They bring Murray out of the play, and they bring on Blackman, who stands around the 50-yard line right now here for the Eagles. "15 seconds remaining here on the play clock. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right, which is Young in shotgun. Gets a snap. He's going to fake the handoff to Blackman and keep it himself. Cuts around the 40, dives around the 35, and gets to the 33-yard line. So 2 yards short of that first down marker at the 31-yard line. We'll break it now 3rd down and 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Under 5 minutes remaining out in Mitchell Stadium. It is 3rd down and 2. The Rams are looking to get a huge stop on 3rd and short. Young is in shotgun. He takes a snap, fakes the handoff, will keep it himself, goes about the 31-yard line, spins forward to the 29, and he's got a first down for Faulkner and 2 additional yards just to be sure of it, and the chains will move yet again. Well, Young has really used his feet well in the second half, most importantly. I was just able to trek just forward and gain the positive yardage that is necessary. Willing to put his body on the line for those first downs, and most importantly, it's able to keep this clock going. Around the 4-minute mark here at Mitchell Stadium, as Young gets a snap and shotgun. Only 3 seconds was left on the play clock as he hands it off to Murray, who gets about 2 yards on the play up to the 27-yard line. And the first timeout of the half will be called here from Dewey Lusk. So Bluefield will call a timeout and try to slow down this Faulkner offense.
Back in action here at Mitchell Stadium on Saturday, October 23rd against St. Andrews University.
So up next for the Bluefield University Rams is going to be a trip down to Reinhardt. As we mentioned earlier on in the broadcast today, ranked number 13th in the land when it comes to the NAIA. So that will be a start of a 2-game road trip that the Bluefield Rams will come on. Well, I couldn't think of a better way to get things going on the Big South Conference Appalachian Division Conference slate than I can think of in this game and situation. It's right now a 38-35 ball game. The team that has the lead with the Eagles currently has possession of it. It is 2nd down and 8 as they're at the 27-yard line of Bluefield. 2 timeouts remaining for the Rams. They just used their first timeout of the second half, as right now Dewey Lusk is talking to that defense, telling them to get them fired up. Got to make a big stop here in the second half of play. The Eagles have been pretty well in the second half when it comes to scoring touchdowns. They have 3 in this half. They've been able to get the ball into the end zone a few times in the second half to make sure they're able to stay on top of this Bluefield side. Meanwhile, the Rams have had some good offense in the second half, but the thing has been, how can they stop the defense? This is going to be a much-needed time to do so, as it's 2nd down and 8. Young takes a snap. It goes low. Will look him out himself. Fires a deep threat on the way to the far sideline. The pass will go out of play, and a flag comes on in. For a moment there, it looked as if it was just going to be 3rd and 8 coming on up, but a late flag comes in.
Defense, number 32, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
And so now a 15-yard penalty with a pass interference going against Bluefield. And on the play, it looks as if Travis Clinch was the man who committed the pass interference. First DPI called all night against Bluefield. A tough situation to do so, as now 1st and 10. As I believe the marking will be around the 20. I say we're actually going to continue to work on down to about the 12-yard line. So the Chains trying to fix their way up here for the 1st down and 10 for Faulkner at the 12-yard line. So the Eagles are thinking right now, if they're able to get this ball into the end zone, they will put themselves in a very comfortable position. Sends a running back in motion. Young will check this one on down to Scott, who will boost his way on through and into the end zone for the score. Well, that is surely the exclamation point of the Faulkner Eagles offense, as Isaiah Scott, a man who's been heard so many times today for this Faulkner Eagles unit, is able to make it a 44-35 ball game. That catch and run there from Scott is able to make it a 2-possession game, which is going to be tough for the Rams to come back from here in Mitchell Stadium. Rentira has been busy with the extra points all night. He's made all of them, and he makes this one to make it a 45-35 game. 3 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in this end of the game between Bluefield and Faulkner. Obviously, right now, the Rams are going to have a mountain to climb up from, but they've been able to look solid in quick offensive drives all night. They had a drive earlier on this quarter, folks, that was only 1:17. So we definitely know that they're able to push the ball downfield with ease. The question is if they're going to be able to have enough time left on the clock for them to maybe do it again in tonight's action. But a 10-point game with 3 minutes and 36 seconds remaining will be no easy task here for the Rams. Been a wild night of NAIA football here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. And it's starting off the conference slate. 2 road games in the conference for Bluefield after tonight's game here against Faulkner. And the Eagles will send out the kicker now to get this one booted away. It's going to be Noah Moss. And you have Strickland and Ebron set back to return. Moss boots this one away. Going to go towards Ebron's side. He will mark the fair catch at about the 6-yard line, so possession will start with it at about the 25-yard line. Smart catch there from Ebron. That's how you get the best yardage without any time coming off the clock. And we will see what Hurstich is able to dial up here and what is going to be a huge start to this drive with the Black Tie Chargers 1st down and 10. 4 wide receivers to the left of Hurstich have been running this formation quite often in the 4th quarter. Hurstich going to take it himself, has up the middle, has a 1st down, slides on in at about the 39-yard line, and Hurstich remains down after that blow.
Quarterback keeper by number 6, Hurstich.
No penalty on the play as Hurstich travels up 14 yards down the field, and he's met by an Eagles blow at the end of it. He's going to have to shake that one off as the clock continues to tick here in Mitchell Stadium. Takes the snap and shotgun, fires a quick slant on to Ebron, who comes up with the catch, and he's taken down right around that 1st down marker, and the referee is going to signal for a 1st down. A Black Tie Charter 1st down on back-to-back plays. Now the snap is taken from Hurstich. On the way to Strickland. Has a block or 2 in front of him. Stays on his feet. Inbounds. Has the 1st down. He won't go down. And he is tackled up around the 38-yard line. So that will be another Black Tie Charter 1st down and 10. 3 plays, 3 1st downs for Bluefield. And Faulkner taking a little while to figure out how to set up at the line. And this might be what is a free play here for Bluefield, set with the defense that the Faulkner Eagles had. And a quick throw on out to Jaquan Ebron as he makes the catch at around the 29-yard line. That will look pretty close.
Offense, number 64, 10-yard penalty. We play 1st down.
So take that 1st down away from Jaquan Ebron as a holding penalty was called on Bluefield's number 64, Anthony Murray. Well, that just takes you back one way for the Rams. The Eagles look so confused on that defensive scheme before 1st down and 10. Thought that for a second there the Rams were going to be able to maybe exploit their defensive problems. Were unable to do so, and now they're going to have to suffer with 1st down and 20. Hurstich has a wild snap his way to the left side. He's able to pick up the football, but he's slobbered at around the 35-yard line. So already it was 1st and 20, but now a miscommunication between the center of Tim Weldon and the quarterback of Nathan Hurstich brings it back now to 2nd and 36. The clock continues to tick here in Mitchell Stadium. 2 minutes remaining in this game. Hurstich and the Rams have to get to the 29 of Faulkner. That's going to be a good pickup there between Hurstich and Jaquan Ebron, as that will be a 14-yard connection. And a timeout here from Bluefield. So a minute 45 remaining on that play. Since they're marked at midfield They have to get to about the 28.5-yard line to move the chains. This is most definitely 4-down territory here for Dewey Lusk and for the Rams. So you figure you got to get 22 yards on these next 2 plays. And that will be a tall task with 105 seconds to go. So with that timeout being called, only 1 remaining timeout for the Rams in tonight's game. But this was probably a much needed timeout as you felt the Rams being a little loose after the holding call, after the muff snap. Now you get them to kind of relax a little bit and see what they're able to do to attack later on this drive. 4 wide receivers set with a running back in the backfield with Herstich. Herstich will take the snap, quickly looks over the way to Ebron, will lateral on this one to Strickland, and it's unable to get into his hands, and it's picked up by Faulkner. It's Gates who has it in the open field. He will go all the way. The Rams try to do a little cheeky play with a catch and a pitch and try to get some yardage off of it. It did not convert the way they wanted to, and even worse, the Eagles were able to send it all the way back about 50-plus yards to the house. And Overton Gates is the man who makes it a 51-35 ball game. So now on to kick the extra point for this Faulkner offense will be the kicker of Alvin Retira. 11-11 on extra points coming into today's game as he buries this one. Now make it 7 of 7 on the day here for the Eagles kicker. A minute 32 remaining in this matchup here in Mitchell Stadium. A 17-point advantage for the Eagles is the largest on the night on top of the Rams. And this one will be a tough one for the Rams to swallow because for the majority of this game, they were leading it. And for pretty much up until that last moment, they were in it. After what it's been a few weeks of some harsh results going against the Bluefield Rams today, this unit looked very well. And now in a 3-possession ball game, the Rams will have to figure out something to do here with 92 seconds against the Faulkner Rams. My apologies on the Rams. It's actually the Faulkner Eagles. As Noah Moss will kick this one off again. 35 points scored in the second half here from the Eagles. Had a scoop and score to make it this 17-point game. As the kickoff will go straight to Ebron, who will signal for the fair catch. And at around the 10-yard line, and the possession will start on the 25-yard line. So an opportunity now for some Rams to get some offense going. Try to get some late game magic going on their side here. And Bluefield will have 1 timeout to operate with in a 17-point game. Eagles will just try to do their best job they can at walking away here from Bluefield, West Virginia with what would be a 4-0 record. Herstich is in the shotgun now here for Bluefield. 5 wide receivers set. A man in motion makes it now 4 receivers on Herstich's right side. Herstich takes the snap. Pressure coming here from Faulkner. Will air one out away, and it'll be nearly intercepted by the Eagles. The man who got a good hand on it on the breakup of that pass was Johnny Blackman. As Herstich was going to the left side, it appears the receiver on that play, potentially Ebron, but unable to come down with the grab. That play took 5 seconds off the clock as it's now a minute and 27 remaining in this fourth quarter. Herstich will take the snap and shotgun, look to the left side, will fire this one away, and it's bad at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 coming on up.
It'll be third down.
He was looking to get to Ebron again, but the ball just never got there in time. As the front four, the Eagles swatted on down. 1 minute and 23 remaining in tonight's game. The 5 wide receiver stretch once again with 4 to the left side and 1 to the right. Herchich is communicating for a little bit of a change-up. Now it's instead of lined up all in a row, they're just lined up with the line of scrimmage. Herchich takes a snap, airs one out deep to Ebron, comes up with the grab, takes a step in, and he might be gone, folks. Ebron using that wheels to get to the end zone for the touchdown for Bluefield. Jaquan Ebron with his 3rd touchdown of the night. Used a little bit of an extra boost to get away from the Eagles defense and score a big touchdown, making it a 52-41 game. I think the Eagles may have let off the gas a little too soon. There's a big catch and run made from Ebron. Brings it back within 2 possessions. And the Rams did not have to use a single timeout on that drive with 1 minute and 12 remaining. Griffin is going to kick away the extra point, and this one will split the uprights. It will be good to make it a 52-42 ball game. And a late flag comes on in late after the PAT. As another one comes in very late after the play. Maybe a little talking at that line of scrimmage. This might have a big implication on the kickoff.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 90, the kicking team. 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
And so after Bluefield was able to get a big conversion off the touchdown from Jaquan Ebron, a penalty was called on the Rams, an unsportsmanlike penalty, which will mean that that kickoff will be at the 35, will be moved back 15 yards to the 20. So that is a harsh blow there for the Rams, who will most likely...
Correction, it was on the receiving team.
Oh, so that changes a lot more of it. There was actually, the original call was on Bluefield, but they corrected it, and now it is on Faulkner. So that changes a lot of things with it, because I was thinking you move them back to the 20, an onside kick would still not give them really great field possession if it was able to convert. But now as that's the 50-yard line, you can look at a potential opportunity of them being 40 yards out with a recovery. So Tyler Griffin is going to be the man who's going to kick the kickoff here. Looks like 4 to the right of him and about 6 to the left of him. He will do an onside kick, takes an odd hop, and an excellent grade A recovery made by Faulkner at around the 41-yard line. Just a sliding grab made by T.J. Hall. We've seen him tonight in the receiving game, a really important play there from the Eagles receiver. He didn't even allow it to get to the 40-yard line. He's going to go get that football himself and make the recovery. So the Eagles will have possession of it, and Bluefield will only be able to stop the clock once in this drive, as it looks as if the Eagles are going into that victory formation. So the Eagles will get the snap, and he will kneel it on down. And a timeout will be called here from Dewey Lusk.
Timeout. Bluefield. There's a second and a half and 1 remaining.
So that actually is the second of the half. My apologies on that one earlier. It must have been an official timeout that was marked as a Bluefield timeout. So they still have 1 timeout remaining.
Final timeout.
In Bluefield, Virginia, they seek to offer regional.
So I believe the correction was made. That was the 3rd official timeout. The referee said it was the 2nd, but now that is it. So Bluefield cannot stop the clock anymore in tonight's game, and can't see much different of what Faulkner does when they come out here with 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining, and just to kneel it on down. 52-42 is our score here in Mitchell Stadium. Jaquan Ebron touchdown late here in the fourth quarter brings it back within 2 possessions. But now the Rams are going to really hope for a disaster to occur on a QB kneel sent here from Cade Young. So after the timeout, the ball will be placed on down. And Cade Young under center will kneel it. He will be able to get this one down significantly, but we'll need one more kneel in order to keep the play clock and the game clock going. So the Faulkner Eagles look as if they're going to try to pick up the big victory, and it looks as if their trip out to Bluefield, West Virginia was hard fought, and it looks as if they're going to walk away with that 4-0 record as they look to go back to Montgomery, Alabama with a perfect start into the fall 2021 season. And the handshakes do come now on the field, as that will do it here from Mitchell Stadium. The Bluefield Rams will drop to 1-4 on the season, and was one of the more intense games on the season for Bluefield. This one will come up short, and they are unable to get the job done out here in Mitchell Stadium tonight. As the clock hits triple zeros, this game has come to a close. The Eagles of Faulkner walk away with a 52-42 victory on top of the Bluefield Rams. It's been a fun one, folks, out here in Mitchell Stadium today, in what has been a highly scoring offensive battle. And for Bluefield, what this game will be is up next, they will go on the road out to Reinhardt's next week at a 6 p.m. kickoff down in Georgia. While when you look at the Faulkner Eagles, their next battle will come up against Points next week as they start a 2-game homestead, as both of these teams look to really be in a good position as they continue down the Mid-South Conference slate in the Appalachian Division. That's going to do it here from Mitchell Stadium tonight. It is the Faulkner Eagles that walk away with a 52-42 victory on top of the Bluefield Rams. Jackson's been my producer tonight. This has been Andy Losi. Thank you for listening on in to the Rams Digital Sports Network. We'll catch you next time for more Bluefield University Ethics.
You say you have vision. But where's it taking you?